What's a grilled cheese burrito?
Are you serious?
Well, there's grilled cheese on the outside of it.
So there's
I was thinking like a
burrito.
grilled cheese sandwich.
No.
What are the
It's
mechanics
the
of this
burrito.
thing?
It's stuffed with ground beef or steak, whatever the hell you want on it. I'd go the ground
Horse
beef.
meat. Yeah, whatever. Taco Bell's using.
Taco Bell's been using the same
Raccoon
6
dick.
ingredients for fucking like 20 years. They've just been using the same 6 ingredients and then they just repackage them.
And it's amazing. They're fucking geniuses.
Like, yeah, now the beans are on the outside of the shit.
And it's awesome every time.
I used to actually talk about that in a marketing meetup I used to go to. I was like a whole thing I had about Taco Bell.
You're talking about that a while back. It's hilarious.
Indeed.
Spot on.
Yeah, we're already 2 drinks in. We had fucking whiskey sours at the fucking restaurant.
Dude.
Oh, okay.
With the real egg, the froth.
Oh, I didn't know they
thing,
put
dude.
froth in whiskey sours.
Bro, the real one.
Game
You got to get the
changer.
real one.
I
you
gotta
guys
go
go?
there.
Yeah, Long Road, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
what
we
we're
gotta
drinking
go
now.
there. Okay.
Which, so you guys lucked out. You're getting the good shit.
I haven't had
Nice.
whiskey sour in like
Yeah.
12 years.
It was
probably.
Kessler's. He poured off the long road. I think before you guys got here.
Bro, it's so good.
Just saying.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm really excited you guys are here. First of all, I've been trying to get you fucking guys in for a while.
It's
And
Yeah.
Wow.
you got fucking, did you get COVID or what the
I
fuck
did.
I
happened
got
to you?
COVID, and then I was
Jesus
fishing.
Christ.
Yep.
Which is fair.
Hey man, I did pretty good. I caught an 11-inch perch. I was pretty happy with it.
Nice.
That's
Well
a
played.
monster
Well
perch,
played.
you
It is a
just
monster
shared.
perch. I caught a 12-incher, but I didn't get it in the boat. It fell off the hook.
Nice.
At least it was bigger than the 11. I assume
That's what
it
your
was
wife
small.
said. That's what I heard.
I was trying to think of something like that, but
You can always go with it. That's what she said. You can't go wrong.
Or he.
So just so everybody knows who we got here with us, we got one of my bestest friends in the recording music world. He is the lead guitarist for Entransient. He is one of the best mixers and recordists around. We used to do a project together called Abandoners, which was awful, but you can check it out.
We still got to remix those.
Yeah,
songs.
whatever.
I know we're working on some more.
Yep.
So this is my good friend, Mr. Nick Hagen, in the house.
Yep.
And then this guy over here, he is the lead bassist for Entransient.
Yeah. Lead bass.
One of the best bassists that I know. Fucking just a phenomenal player. I don't know you really well, but I'm looking forward to getting to know you better, man.
Oh.
And you really saved my ass lately here on this thing, and we're gonna talk about that, which I super appreciate. So
I was glad to.
yeah, man. So welcome, Mr. Matthew Schrauben.
What up?
What's going on, boys?
Yeah. All right, so you've actually listened to the show a few times, so I think you're maybe the first guest who's actually listened to the shows.
Way to go.
You're probably the only person who's actually listened to the show, so I'm pumped that you're here for that. We usually start with a random question, and I got a doozy for you guys today. All right,
boy.
I've been saving it for the right people. All right, if you could painlessly kill one person in the world, would you do it? Just like with your mind or whatever. Would you do it? And who would it be?
They're starting things off on a high note here for the record.
Jeez.
Really get off.
I don't think I can do it.
I don't
Well,
know
that's
if
the thing, right?
I don't
What kind of
think I could
moral
either.
dilemma you got there,
Because
right?
you kill somebody terrible, but then someone even worse takes their place.
It's going to be some kind of crazy,
All of a sudden you fuck shit up worse than it already was.
right?
Right.
Some kind of paradox.
butterfly
some kind
effect.
of, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some kind of
Some
matrix.
Ashton Kutcher shit going on.
Let's not bring up Ashton.
If I was gonna,
It's a great movie,
If
by
I
the way.
was gonna do it though,
Love that movie.
I don't know. Vladimir Putin.
That was
would be
just-
high on
Wow,
the
Putin's
list.
that's an
that's the only
easy
name
answer,
that-
right?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the
But
thing. It's
someone
like,
else comes in is even worse. You know,
That's the
Right.
thing you got. And
you
it's
create
like,
a power vacuum. It might be even worse than it is now.
I feel like you would be like, you try not to do it, right? We probably all would first of all be like, oh, I can't do it. But I feel like the weight would weigh you down so hard. You'd
That's all I would think about.
That
for
you
the
could
rest of my
stop
life.
somebody
all you think
awful,
about,
yeah.
and you'd like the right guy. Obviously, I've thought about it. You guys want me to answer who it would be?
Let's hear.
Yeah,
Jon Bon Jovi.
solid answer.
Have you heard? have you heard him singing lately? Have you guys caught the
I
Jon Bon
haven't.
Jovi?
I haven't. Is he just abysmal?
So you know how you guys call it like the Vince Neil shit? Everybody's making fun of Vince
Oh.
Neil and shit. Same thing with Jon Bon Jovi, dude. It is bad.
Really?
It like I'm
Does
like,
he
bro,
also look like a bloated corpse?
No, that's what's funny is John still looks great. I mean, it's always been his whole thing is he's a fucking good looking dude, right? But like he looks great.
Isn't his son pretty hot too?
I would imagine because he's whoever his fucking baby mama is going to be some kind of supermodel, right, or whatever, you know. He looks great. He's still fit and everything, but I mean, he's never been the strongest singer, honestly, in a live situation. But dude, they're drop tuning everything, and it is like, oh, it's like how can it be like if you know you're going to go on tour, get with a vocal coach, get a nutritionist, bro. This is what you do. Like, just figure it back out a little bit. Like it is all over the fucking map.
That's what we got backing tracks for, man.
It's exactly just play the backing track. Dude. That's all anybody wants to see, man.
I always thought Bon Jovi stunk to begin with. Candidly. Like never a Bon Jovi guy over.
No, I was
more of a Def
really
Leppard
either.
kind of guy.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
Bon Jovi was my first favorite band ever when I was like 6 years old or something like that, you know, because it was my brother was into it or whatever, you know. So
Yep.
And I got some fucking rocking songs, you know. But like,
So you'd kill Bon Jovi?
I would kill, dude. Listen, enough.
The world is at enough.
Enough already, John. It's time.
I'm
I actually
grasping for a
I
living
didn't
on
even
a
know they
prayer
were
joke.
still doing stuff or any
I
like.
think they
the,
played the
Yeah.
Macy's Day Parade last year. I think I.
well, that's
saw them
all.
doing
That's
something like
that's
that.
all just playing to a recording anyway. Isn't
That's
it?
probably why. Yeah,
That's probably why they did it.
Dude, Bon Jovi
Getting that
owned or
dollar.
possibly still owns an arena league
I
football
forgot
team. I don't even know
about
if
that.
arena
I
league
forgot
football is still
about
around.
that.
but
Hilarious.
I
Is
think
it-
a team in Denver maybe
does that
or
still
Philadelphia.
exist?
I think it might be out of commission now at this
Yeah.
point.
I remember that.
The
Yeah.
Vince McMahon thing. The exit.
No,
Or
no,
no?
it was just arena football.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
Less
it's
people
different.
were going to that than the WNBA.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, man.
You almost spit on. You almost spit on. Don't spit into that microphone, you fucker. You know how much that thing costs.
Yes, I
You're a big fan of that
am.
microphone.
Which
Mhm.
one is that?
do. That is RE20.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
From an ego boost standpoint, though, even if you kind of sacrifice a mic to the gods, if you make somebody spit take into it and
Yeah.
it's the reason it gets out of commission, totally worth it, bro. Totally worth it.
Hey, fuck
shit.
yeah, man. Yeah, guys, I'm fucking pumped that you're here. So we did this fucking I did this Elvis thing
Mhm.
and fucking you guys fucking stepped in and fucking really fucking helped me out on that because I was really struggling there for a minute. I had no bassist. And then fucking Matt stepped in and fucking crushed it for me, man, which I really appreciate.
That was a ton of fun.
It
Yeah.
was a ton of fun.
That
when,
was fun.
How did you get that idea anyway? Were you just like, I want to cover some fucking Elvis?
Kind of. It. I was looking for something to record on the drums, just to like set up the drums and record something.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
And I was
That's
going
right.
out and recording. I was gonna set up, and while I was driving out, I just had like shit on my playlist, and it came on, and I was like, "Oh, that's a fucking great song," you know, like, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can do that." So I literally set up the kit and did the drums to that. And then, but I had this idea before of like trying to get all the prog rock bands that I know or whatever in Michigan
Yeah.
to like do like a kind of like whatever quote unquote super group kind of.
I wanted to do that with a
Right.
Kevin Gilbert song, but nobody got on board. Damn it.
I've never even heard of that.
He's the guy that killed himself by jacking off.
You're going to have to be more
Autoerotic,
specific.
autoerotic asphyxiation.
You're talking about Chris Cornell.
I was going to
No,
say
no, no.
Yeah, but
Kevin Gilbert, he was in what's her name?
he was in what's her name?
No, his girlfriend.
He wrote most of the first Sheryl Crow album.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow.
Oh, I hope
He was
Music
he was
Club or
dating her
whatever.
at the time.
I hope
yeah.
he was in Sheryl Crow then.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
He
a
did
fucking
that.
smoke show. when
He was
she
kind
out.
of he was pretty brilliant.
Yeah, he was
Like that
pretty
guy was
great.
an unreal songwriter.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I never heard of this guy. I don't think.
Yeah, that's
I
probably
should
why nobody
dig in-
got on board.
I
No
should
one
dig
wanted to
into
do
it. I should dig into his solo stuff.
Probably an unreal
What else
dick
did he
layer
do?
if he had Sheryl Crow.
What else did he do besides that? He did
was
the
in
Sheryl Crow stuff. He did solo stuff, but he did a bunch of other crap too, didn't he?
Produce bands.
Yeah.
He was in an 80s band called Giraffe.
Okay. No, wasn't
Wow,
wasn't
you
he
are deep
wasn't
on the
he
Kevin Gilbert,
wasn't he
bro.
in Toy Matinee?
Yeah, Toy Matinee
Yeah.
too. Yep. Good call.
Wow, man, you guys are some nerdy fucking bastards over
Yep,
here.
absolutely.
You like music?
Indeed, as do I, but I don't know about Giraffe, dude. I'm not going that hard.
What's the deal with you and the Weeknd?
Oh man, bro,
Don't even get him ranked up on the weekend. He
the
changed the
Weeknd,
subject.
man. I'm such a huge fucking fan. Such a huge fan, dude.
We will be here all weekend if we get him going on.
I don't know what to tell you, man. He's just fucking. I liked a lot of his old shit. I was a huge fan of the record he put out a couple years ago called Starboy, which had like Daft Punk did a lot of the production and shit on it, and it was just fucking killer shit. It's all like, I mean, I love Michael Jackson, right?
It's good pop music,
right?
Yeah, and his whole thing is Michael Jackson. I mean, his vocal, the music, everything is all like, you know, derivative of that. So
he's got talent, so I'll give you that.
Oh yeah,
for
he's
sure.
fucking killer.
Yeah,
that guy
he's
can,
amazing.
He can sing, and he's also, it's a lot of it is super dark.
Okay.
And he's not like he's not just trying to be like I feel like he's a legitimate artist. There are some pop stars who are, to me, legitimate artists, and he's definitely one of them. But so there's just a fucking ton of killer shit. I just fucking dig the melodies. I dig the fucking shit. But his newest record, especially,
the production is
I haven't heard.
unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones is on it.
Oh, really?
Fucking Jim Carrey does the fucking narration on it,
really,
dude. And
he's the FM guy in that first song.
It took me a long time to figure it out.
Okay.
Those Canadians stick together.
Yep.
One for one, all for all.
And I just saw him at you probably saw I went to the show in Detroit at Ford Field, and like, dude, I've been to a lot of concerts, and like, obviously, again, like, he's just playing the shit and he's just singing to it, like it's not like a band, you know, or whatever. So it's, but
is that one of the shows where you got a bunch of dancers and stuff?
No, that was what was so clutch about
Thank
it.
God.
Is it was
Yeah,
like
'cause
it's
that'd be
just
annoying.
the dancers, quote unquote, he has are like they're in this like red draped shit with no face, and they're just doing these weird movements.
Okay, I like
it's
that.
like
It's like some quasi Jabberwocky stuff, right? You ever
Yes.
see the
It's
Jabberwocky?
it reminded me of fucking that fucking show, The Handmaiden's Tale or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like his whole set was like a city, and it was literally on fire, like actual fire, and just fucking tons of pyro. There was like a huge moon and shit. He comes out in a fucking this like disfigured like Phantom of the Opera mask, the first song, and like a black suit with like the gloves and everything.
So
And
what's a whole fucking show?
it's a whole, oh yeah, dude. I mean, it's top tier shit. I mean, to sell
Yeah.
out Ford Field is,
It was better
Oh
than
yeah,
Rammstein.
yeah. But I mean, it's a massive stage production.
I would say they're like stage production wise, they're kind of,
that Rammstein thing in Chicago. Looked
yeah, they're
pretty
kind of,
sweet.
I would say they're sort of equal. Rammstein is bigger. It's bigger production. It's way more pyro even. Obviously they're doing very different things, but it's funny because they're so different genre, but it's kind of like,
It's
not that different. Like when
No.
you're at
Yeah.
that level, it's just a huge show. I mean, obviously Rammstein, they're playing, but you know, a lot of it's fucking, it's all, I have my doubts that the keyboardist is doing anything at all, actually playing, you know, like it's all
Yeah,
just a
it's all
show
yeah.
that's running, you know, which I got no problem with.
Yeah.
It's just, it was fucking killer. I mean, their show, they can like only do their show like outside because the stage
the
is
pyro.
literally so tall. Like, have you seen that shit, dude? It's these
I just
huge,
saw YouTube videos.
bro, it's these huge pillars and shit that are like, and they go up in an elevator. There's like, it's seriously got to be like 6-7 stories tall, and they like have a part of it's an elevator that they go up in and shit, and the pyro for that. And then there's 2 like islands out in the middle of the stadium too that are all pyroed up and everything. They got like the additional speakers pointing back or whatever, but it's like there's the pyro and everything on there too. And then they come out and they did a couple songs with these girls that were doing like piano versions of their songs. So they did this like rendition of a couple of their tunes. And then they get in boats, like literal fucking dinghies and fucking crowd surfs them back to the stage in boats.
Well, that sounds wildly
That is
dangerous.
wild.
Yeah. Oh, dude, their whole thing's
yeah.
wild. He's lighting off so much fire and it's only like a few feet. You can feel it from where we are, and the guitarist is right next to him. You know, I'm like, these guys got to be just fucking like,
Dude, I gotta back up though. Like, are you really okay with a fake show and not actually playing their own music during it? Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, man. If you're gonna put on a concert, you've got to play your own fucking music. And I
it
understand
depends
there's
on what
stage
you're. It
element and
depends on what
everything
you're
else, but
doing a little bit. It depends on what you're like. If you're Dream Theater and your thing is we're the best musicians in the world, or you're Tool and this is what we do, this is what we sound like, this is who we are. But I mean, The Weeknd is, I mean, he had, which was weird, it was behind the stage. There was a bassist and a drummer that wasn't on stage, but they were still playing. And I'm like, Why are they
I
even
hate that.
here? Just play. Just
Put 'em
play
out there.
Yeah.
Either
Or
put
put
them
them
out
out
there
front,
or don't have them.
I also feel like
Yeah,
it's a
I
little
hate that
different for
shit.
pop, right? Like if you're
Yeah,
getting
that's
pop
for
like
sure.
that's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
of a like a Rammstein or
Okay.
any rock band for that matter.
No.
Like you kind of should be playing your own
They
shit.
are.
That's at
They
least
are.
my
They're
take,
playing
yeah.
for sure. Like the drummer, he's fucking crushing it. The bassist that guy is criminally underrated, which a lot of bassists are, but that fucking dude in Rammstein was crushing. They're definitely playing. I'm just saying it's all to a click. It's all to a set show. But that's their sound.
How
That's
did they
what
get so-
Rammstein is.
Popular in America off of Just Do
It is-
Hast.
It's not just Du Hast, but it's a
Their
question,
show.
right?
Yeah.
It's actually the
They're
same conundrum.
selling out stadiums. Like, holy shit.
Not just stadiums, dude.
That's what I said
Yeah.
too. I didn't know they were that big, man.
Bro,
Like obviously that
Rammstein is
didn't
one of the
either.
biggest bands. They're one of the biggest acts,
Yeah.
entertainment acts in the world.
That's
They're from Germany. Their songs are in German.
it makes absolutely no sense.
Zero
It's
sense.
Rammstein, Hasselhoff, a short list of some of the German greats
They
out
were
there.
playing 3 nights in Mexico City. I mean, Latin America's crazy with these, especially
Yeah.
with hard rock and prog rock bands and shit, right? But 3 nights in Mexico City, Rammstein's playing, dude. Think about that shit. It's wild.
Quick digression. So you're a bass guy. I'm a huge bass fan. I don't play bass. I've never played bass, but fucking love bass. Like who are your
try it.
top bass guys, man?
Oh,
I got these
who am
little
top?
carny hands. Doesn't seem like the math and mechanics.
I
would
got
work out.
I got Danny DeVito fingers. What are you talking about?
He does.
They're little sauce.
Mike
They're
Honey-
they're like the fucking frozen brown and served sausages.
You got Donald Trump fingers, dude.
The tiny hands. Top bassist. Oh man, Steve Harris from Iron Maiden, obviously.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
All right. This might be a stupid thing. Why did I think it was Bruce Dickinson who played?
He's
bass?
the singer.
He's the singer.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought he was the bass player and singer. No.
One could wish.
Okay.
No, Steve
Martin
Harris is
Mendez,
the best.
Opeth. Number
Oh,
one
yeah,
for me.
yeah. Okay.
Number one. He's my biggest influence by far.
He
Nate
is,
Mendel, Foo Fighters. Love him.
Oh, yeah.
He's underrated.
Man,
He's
you're naming
so
some guys.
good.
These guys are, and not to cut you off, but these guys you're naming are the aces in the hole, and that's what I'm talking
The
about.
aces of basses.
These
if you
guys
will.
literally are so underrated and make these bands, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Martin Mendez is criminally underrated. I'm glad he's finally
so
getting
good.
signature basses and shit, dude,
Yeah, he makes
Yeah, he
a
just got
big
like
part of
a
Opeth's
Fender
sound.
signature, didn't he?
Well, it's not. It's Fender style. It's some other, you might know, but it's some other brand. But he's always played like J basses.
I thought so.
And
Yeah, yeah.
it's some other guy making them or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah.
I got to ask one more question just because it's always like a bass divided thing on this. And I know it's kind of a token douchey thing, but always fucking loved him more specifically for some of his Volta shit actually than Chili Peppers. But Flea, thumbs up or thumbs down? I know it's a
Thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually just saw the
yeah.
Chili Peppers in Detroit like a couple months ago in May.
Oh, yeah?
End of May.
How
They
was
were
it?
fucking amazing.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're unreal.
Yeah.
John Frusciante,
He's back.
Yeah.
He's a god.
What'd
He's
you
an
think of
absolute
their,
god.
You listen to the new record?
I love it.
I
I
loved it,
absolutely
too.
love it.
Yeah.
They got
Every
another
song's
one
I know
coming
there's
out in
a
like a month.
yeah.
there's a new too. They recorded
Yeah.
like 2 albums at once or whatever.
Yep.
That guy.
I liked it. I can't say I love it, but I never loved
every song is a banger.
Yeah.
It's so John can just he can just turn out amazing songs.
He is amazing, and it is clutch that he's back. But
oh, absolutely.
yeah, I'm not sure if there was not enough songs about California on the record.
Dude, the drummer from Chili, which I know this is like now a thing, and they did the whole deal, I think, on Conan back in the day. I've been calling this for years, dude.
Yeah, it
the
looks like-
drummer is a dead ringer for Wilf.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
uncanny, bro.
Yeah, we used to talk about that years
His
ago.
mom is still
All that shit.
alive. She actually came out on stage in Detroit.
Wow,
Damn.
really?
90, 95, something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
That's a good run, dude.
Anthony
Yeah.
Kiedis' mom is fans of my mom and dad back when they used to play
Yeah.
at Nodos all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Nice,
She used
nice,
to go
yeah.
in and watch him play.
Because
all
he's
the-
from here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad used to always be down. We used to go to these concerts downtown at what is now Rosa Parks Circle, and it was GRD sponsored things, and it was like alternative bands of that era.
I saw
or
the
whatever.
Verve Pipe in like 97,
All
maybe
that,
at one of
dude.
those.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was all that, right? And his dad was always down there, and he would always like everybody knew who he was, and he was like, and I mean it's fine or whatever, but he was always like. It was all about him, like talking about that he was Anthony
My
Kiedis' dad.
Yeah.
That's some proud Papa
Yeah.
stuff, though.
I'd do
dude.
the
I mean,
same
you know,
thing
like-
if my kid was famous.
Yeah. But apparently, and I don't know, I'm not deep on it, but apparently, I mean, like he had like basically no role in his life. You know, like he moved to California when he was 11 or whatever, or some shit or something, you know. So, yeah.
Got to jump back in and get that sweet cheddar now that the money's flowing.
Yeah, for real.
Dude, I miss those concerts down at Rose Park Circle.
Yeah.
That was always fun. They had like some super cool kind of obscure, like smaller bands. Dude.
It's the first time I saw Our Lady Peace down there.
They were free shows too, I think, weren't they?
Were they?
Took a piss they were. I took a piss next to Rain, the singer, and he's, as you know, he's one of my favorite singers ever, and that was probably why, because I saw his penis. So it was
Describe
funny
it in great detail.
Tiny. Absolutely. It was I was 13, 14 or whatever, and there was not a lot of people at these shows, honestly. You know, they were like Thursday nights, you know, and I had no idea who these people were, but there was this cat walking around in a Hawaiian shirt with a big collar, and he was walking around and he was carrying a mic cable. I thought he was a roadie or some shit. And then the pissers were like underneath the pavilion where they had like the sound and shit too. It was like the one outbuilding there. It's a little different now than it was then. But and I was in there and I was taking a piss next to the guy, and then they go on stage and he's the lead singer of Our Lady Peace. So that was actually kind of my introduction to Our Lady Peace. And I
want to cover Starseed still.
Yeah,
that's a great
song. Original, like my brother's original bands and shit. The Starseed was a big one. They always did. Yeah. I still sing those records, man. Those first 5 records of theirs are just fucking unbelievable.
Did his tiny crank diminish the value of the show? Did that ruin it?
Well, it does now.
I'm not gonna listen to some tiny dick
I think a lot less of him now, for sure.
What is this shit?
He is a preposterously good-looking guy, though, man.
Yeah.
I saw him at I've seen Our Lady Peace quite a few times, but we saw him down at Summer Celebration. Did you guys ever go to that shit in Muskegon?
No,
I
never
did. McGee there.
That okay, there you go.
Yeah.
They played down there, and we overheard some girls, ladies, or whatever, being like, "Oh, these guys are terrible. If he wasn't so hot, I wouldn't."
Oh man,
such a weird voice that guy has, though.
Yeah,
speaking of criminally
so
underrated
unique.
bassist, bro, Duncan Coates or whatever his name is, the bassist for Our Lady Peace, dude.
Yeah.
That guy is.
He is
money,
very
dude.
good. He's insane.
Though, especially those early records, it was like the guitar was just kind of like weird atmosphere, noodly bleeps and bloops and shit, and the fucking bass was the shit that was like holding
what
down
was the
those
song
tunes.
that we covered?
Superman's Dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bass on
that's
really
probably
sweet.
their biggest song. Yeah.
That was a huge tune back in the day.
Yep.
Mad radio play.
Yeah, and then they fired that guitarist or whatever, and it's just never been the same since. Then they went with I got this whole thing. I could fucking write an essay about how Bob Rock ruined 2 of my favorite bands, and being Metallica and Our Lady Peace, because he produced Saint Anger, and then the next record he produced after that was the new Our Lady Peace record.
Which one was that?
It was called Healthy and Paranoid Times. And there was a couple of, you'd never heard of it, right?
No, I haven't.
It stinks. There was a couple of fucking good songs on it or whatever, but like apparently at that time Bob Rock decided that he just didn't want to make records that sounded good anymore.
It's like 2004?
Yeah, it would have, and it was like it had been a while for Our Lady Peace. They put out Gravity, which was like the last one that had like, that was when they switched guitarists.
That was the Smallville soundtrack, I think.
Probably,
yeah, for sure.
Tons of hits on that, right?
Yeah.
They decided they wanted to try to conquer America next, dropped all their quirky awesomeness and just started writing fucking radio rock songs. There was still some good songs on that album, but some of them were hangovers from the original team, with the original guitarist and whatever.
Yep.
I love that record, but it's definitely way more pop and shit. And then after that, there was like a 4-year break, and they went back and did a record again with Bob Rock, and it was Healthy and Paranoid Times, and I was pretty pumped, that it was coming out or whatever, and it was just...
Is Bob Rock still making records?
I would imagine, dude, but like, I mean...
I haven't heard of any.
Yeah. He might have been one of those guys. A lot of those guys that were making records in the 80s that were huge all went to the country scene.
Did they?
Okay.
Yeah, including especially Mutt Lange being the biggest example.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With Shania Twain.
Was Mutt Lange the AC/DC guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Amongst
Didn't he
many
do
other
some
things.
Def Leppard?
Yeah, the 2 big Def Leppard records.
okay.
He might have done more than 2, but those 2 biggest ones,
Yeah, he did.
Super
Hysteria
random, but
yeah.
similar era, and another band that I really love the first album of, and then they just kind of started shit in the bed after that. Do you remember the first Filter album, Short Bus, by
Yeah,
chance?
man.
Yeah.
Of course.
That was a fucking huge album.
That
wasn't the one with Take
dude.
a Picture on it, though,
No,
was it?
that was the
Take a Picture was
second
after.
album.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Have you guys
Total
seen what's
dog
going
shit.
on right now? Just right now, fucking 9 Inch Nails did some kind of like homecoming gig in Ohio or something. And as you guys may probably know, if you don't, but the guy from Filter was in 9 Inch Nails. He was one of the first 9 Inch Nails
I had
guys.
no idea.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
so that's where he got his start, and then he left 9 Inch Nails to go do his own thing.
It does make sense because they're kind of Filter's kind of industrial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was part of the original 9 Inch Nails band, and they just did this fucking show where Trent Reznor had on like 5 guys from the old 9 Inch Nails band, including Richard Patrick and Danny Lohner and a couple of these other guys, which I was under the impression none of these guys were on good terms, so I'm happy about that. But they did Nice Shot.
Oh, nice.
So they did like they did like 6 9 Inch Nails songs, but then they also covered or I don't know if you could even call it a cover or whatever, but they did Nice Shot with Richard Patrick singing, obviously the lead vocal on it, at the 9 Inch Nails show, and it's all over fucking YouTube. It's all over whatever, Metal Hammer and all the fucking
That's pretty
blogs are
sweet.
talking about it. It is dope. I literally watched it today. Yeah,
I got to look that up tonight.
Tremendous call, by the way. Let's bail out on 9 Inch Nails and go do your own thing. How'd that work?
Yeah. I guess it probably worked out all right. I was under the impression they were, a lot of those guys weren't really making a lot of money, especially at that time. Any money that was
Trent's
coming
getting
in
all
was
the
going to
money.
Trent,
Yeah.
Filter, and we fucked up, guys. The Filter just played Muskegon, the fucking beer festival, like a month ago.
What?
Really?
Yeah, they fucking headlined it with the Plain White Tees, which couldn't be more of a fucking.
Wow.
I opened for the Plain White Tees with my brother's band at the Intersection many moons ago.
What was their one song?
Hey Delilah.
Yeah. God, I hated that song.
Me too.
Indeed, dude.
It was on the radio every 2 seconds.
Yep.
Oh man, it was fucking.
And that's
all
when
over.
we played
Not
with them
against
when they were just blowing up, or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, that was, they blew up, and that's been it. I was like, wow, there's still a thing. They headlined the, it's called Burning Foot
I've heard of
festival
that.
down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, them and Filter, and my boy fucking Nick Mod, who played bass in Holloway for a minute, and we're good friends. He's coming on the podcast. He's doing a Limp Bizkit cover band. Or a tribute band. or
Fairly
whatever.
inappropriate.
Yeah. And they opened that show down there in the Limp Bizkit fucking cover act. So yeah, it's pretty hilarious. But I was actually like, fuck, Filter, I should go to this. I don't know why I didn't fucking go.
I would
been.
have gone to that.
But really, anything after Short Bus, though, is, I don't know, Filter show, like, depending on what they're playing, I don't know, pretty hit or miss, it seems like.
Yeah, it was. And some of their newer stuff, I actually heard a little bit of it. It's pretty good. That second record was good. He did have some of that kind of more like pop, like Take My Picture and whatever.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah, there was some good shit on that. Didn't the guys, I feel like the guys from Stone Temple Pilots produced some of that shit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because the
DeLeo brothers.
The DeLeo brothers
Yeah,
were like
DeLeo brothers.
producing some records. They produced Alien Ant Farm. We were talking about Alien
Yeah.
Ant Farm.
I forgot about that.
I'm always going
Yeah.
off. That's one of my
Love
like
those guys.
not necessarily skill playing and everything,
Oh,
but just like
they're
bands that are
clutch.
choice. Like I fucking love those guys. I maintain like they're one of the most underrated bands from that. And it's the whole Michael
really are.
Jackson Smooth Criminal
Yeah,
cover.
it was
like,
that was so big.
like, dude,
Blessing and a
every
curse,
song
man.
was huge. That was like one of my least favorite songs.
That
on the
song
album. It was
blew
a
them
great
up, and it was
song,
one of
but-
those things where they could never like overcome that. And I read an
Yeah.
interview with the guitarist talking about it. He's like, I got mixed feelings because it's like the house I'm sitting in right now.
Right.
That song bought me this house,
But the rest
like
of their
we
shit
never.
is so choice.
we didn't write it.
Nobody
Yeah.
gave a fuck about it.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
like we're
unfortunate.
like, oh, you're that band that covered that song, but but man, their fucking real songs were killer, man. That was like killer rock.
I don't think I
band.
ever heard one of their real songs.
Oh, bro,
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, check out that first record that has Smooth Criminal on
Yeah.
it, dude. It is just banger after banger. Hard rock, pop, like hard rock, pop rock. The singer's killer, the guitarist is killer. The bassist was the driving guy of that band.
Yeah.
And he was just fucking unbelievable.
It's consumable. It's approachable. It's like poppy, but it's awesome and really well done. It's fucking.
Yeah, they were one of the. I agree.
that.
They were one of the better fucking rock bands of that fucking era. Right there, were like this is kind of my like talking about Our Lady Peace and shit. Like Finger 11, man, they were like one of my favorites. You know Finger 11.
I never got into them. They
Oh,
had that
man.
one song that was all over, and I just hated it.
Oh,
The
really?
slow one. What was that called?
That happened to them too. That was like 4 records in. They
One Thing was one of the.
Hated it.
It was like
so much.
That's not what It's a good song, but that's not who they were. That was like one song that was just like the ballad on the record.
Filter art. It's the same thing as Filter. Like their first couple albums were fucking amazing, and I think that album was actually pretty solid outside of that song. But that song's
great in context, dude. I loved it. It's just like it's in context.
I hated it.
But do you hate the song, or did it just get overplayed?
No, I hated it the first time. Like I heard that song and I'm like, why the fuck is this on my radio right now?
Yeah, it's like literally bad enough to ruin the whole album. It's like, God damn it. No, the rest of the album's choice and their shit before that was super cool. Yeah,
I'm a big fan. I was on their street team back in the day.
Really? Oh,
yeah. It might be here somewhere. I don't know where it is, but they sent me it was all their videos at that point, and they were on VHS tapes, and they were like shrink wrapped, and I had like 24 of them. They sent me, and then they were downstairs, at the old man's, and my old man started eBaying them. Like 10 years later, on VHS, I kept one for posterity. I think it's in my library here somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it is.
Just picturing a young red-haired Ginger Morgan out there slinging Figure 11 VHS.
Dude, I didn't do shit, dude. I was on their street team. They sent me stickers, tapes, the whole fucking deal. It just all sat there on VHS. Yeah, that was like when their second record came out. Those guys, I'm telling you, they're clutch. And it's too bad that they kind of the same thing, man. They just kind of like, they had some huge, I mean, like, well, you hate the song or whatever, but that was a huge song, right? Like massive radio hit for like, couldn't escape it for like 6 months.
There was that one, and there was one after that was kind of dancey. What was that one called?
Yeah, Paralyzer.
Oh, yeah. Paralyzer.
Yeah.
That was all
a huge
over.
song
That was
too.
massive.
Yeah, I love that song
I'll kind of
too.
allow that song.
That one I didn't hate.
Yeah. But that, again, like, that's record 5 or whatever for them.
Really?
So, yeah.
They've been around forever.
So, like, their first record.
So they're like Buck
huge
Cherry,
on.
where they didn't hit till like 5 albums in.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Or whatever.
Yeah, probably. Well, but, I mean, it was kind of like.
Crazy Bitch song.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was super into it. Like, I had their first CD, I had their second CD, and then it was like the third CD, they started getting kind of big. And then, like, that fourth CD, they ended up scoring that fucking ballad radio hit. And I'm sure the same thing for them, too. It's like a blessing and a curse. It's like, yeah, but this is not who we actually are. We just kind of wrote, like, one, like, slower song that's, like, track 6 on the record. And, like, but, yeah, we finally got paid.
Yeah, exactly.
But now it's like, now they want this again. But it's like, but we play, like, this kind of, like, dark rock stuff,
Yep.
Whatever. So, I don't know, man. It's all just a fucking shit show. They're another Canadian band, though, too.
Oh,
they're out of Canada.
Oh, shit.
Canada.
Yeah. Well, interestingly,
I always call it that too.
The guy kind of getting nerdy out here, but the guy who produced those first couple Finger 11 records was the guy who produced the Our Lady Peace records. Also, all out of Canada. His name is Arnold Laney.
Huh.
Yep.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yep. There you go. That's it.
What else has he done anything
just
else?
That. No, it was I mean, well, that's enough. I mean, those records in Canada were fucking enormous, especially Our Lady Peace. Those were enormous records in Canada. He did do more stuff. I just can't remember. There was some other stuff that was like kind of like that same kind of like radio rock, kind of like pop radio at the time in the 90s. It was alternative radio or whatever. It was a lot of that. I think he might have done like something like Matthew Good, maybe some of that kind of shit or something like, just whatever. Just a bunch of shit like that. So, but he had a killer studio, and I think he's retired since then. I'm gonna look him up, get him on the podcast.
Who's that dude that just contacted us that did Fiona Apple or whatever?
Yeah. God, what the fuck is his name?
What's his name?
Dude, he did
Cleveland,
the Incubus
Ohio.
records.
Did Science.
Oh yeah,
he did Fiona Apple.
God, what is his name? I can't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, he was like, hey,
one of the guys in.
Why don't you pay me money to, and I'll work with you? And we're like, no thanks.
That's how.
No, it wasn't quite like
We're
that.
all set.
But
it is though.
The guy that worked in the studio, and I called him and talked to him, and it was actually really nice talking to him.
Yeah, indeed.
But he was like, basically, so you guys kind of got it figured out, because I told him what we had, and he's like, all right.
Throw the line out there, then see what you're gonna.
But it was neat.
Nice
they listened to the record and they actually liked it like a lot.
Weren't you a little bit of a Fiona Apple guy, or am I making that
no,
up?
for sure.
I've never listened to her.
Me and Ingla,
other than the hits,
we were into. She put out a record. I love that first. Everybody loves that fucking big hit song she had on MTV there. the slutty, sexy fucking.
Wasn't
hot
she
tub
like
song.
17 when she filmed
I
that
hope
video
so.
too? Good grief.
No, she put out a record. She's actually like a jazz singer, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Inglot was super fucking into it, and she put out a record called "Extraordinary Machine." In like it must have been like 2003, 2004 or something. She hadn't put anything out in a while, and it was really, really unique. Like really like sparse instrumentation, but just like weird like piano and like orchestral like but very sparse weird shit, and then just her voice, and it was fucking amazing.
I'm a
Like-
sucker for anything orchestral, man. You get strings in the mix, and I'm fucking
Oh, yeah,
it's
me
great.
too.
It's so cool.
Yeah, give me that fucking what's the not the Hammond, what's the
B3
That
or
one
the
the
Metallica
Mellotron.
album.
The
Oh, yeah,
Mellotron, dude.
Mellotron.
Give me anything with a Mellotron on it, dude.
That's all we do. Like we write a song, then put Mellotron on it. That's
Intransient.
That's the sound of our band, yeah.
Intransient.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
Well, like a failed
the sound of
transform.
We take
Ormuz.
these we take basic bitch rock songs.
and then put a Mellotron on it.
We'll throw an extra note in here just to make it so we can make it 5/4 instead of 4/4 for like a measure, and then put Mellotron over everything.
Nice.
Yep.
Worked
It
for
wo-
the Beatles.
Fucking work. Yeah, it did.
Worked for Steven Wilson. Yeah, man. What's you guys' thoughts? We're gonna review some fucking records. I told you guys there's a couple we want to talk about. What are you guys' thoughts on the new Porcupine Tree though?
It's awesome.
I loved it.
I love it too. I love it. There's one song that I fucking hate though that I just
Really?
wish it literally kind of kills the whole record for me. Not the whole record, just meaning like I love it when a record is like a masterpiece from front to back. And this one song to me, I'm like, if you guys would have cut this song,
Which
you'd
one
have
is
fucking
it?
did- It's like track 4, I think, or something like that. And it's something, is it Dignity or something like that? And it's about some fucking guy, some kid who's getting bullied or some crap.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
I like that
Dignity.
song.
The lyrics,
it a
the
lyrics
lyrics,
thing, though?
it's the lyrics, dude. The lyrics are just bad.
I like the second half of the song especially.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah.
I feel like
I
lyrics
hear
have
ya.
to be like for me, they have to be especially bad to ruin a tune. Like
Me
first
too,
and
because-
foremost, I'm a music guy.
Well,
like
To be quite
the
honest,
actual
Steven
music,
Wilson,
music,
though.
you know what I mean?
It's not great at lyrics sometimes.
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm like one of the few people that this is true for, but lyrics are totally tertiary for me.
Yeah.
Like I almost never notice them.
Ditto for the most part. Yeah.
I like it's got to
Like
be
some people always talk about how like, oh, this song's about that and this. I'm like, it is. I don't
You
fucking
almost
know.
care. You know what? Like it's got to be stand out bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
It's got to be
what's the
stand.
groove,
It's got to
what's
be
the
like
vibe
5
going,
finger
like-
death punch
Like-
band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whoa, whoa,
Catatonia
whoa.
lyrics.
That's just bad.
What?
Catatonia lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I love Catatonia
love
lyrics. You know like
Catatonia.
that?
Some of their early shit though is so.
Oh no, not the
Oh,
early
yeah.
shit.
because
Forget the
they
early
didn't
shit.
really
I
know
don't-
English
Dude,
yet.
I
And it was
don't-
pretty
I
obvious.
don't even count the early
Their
shit.
translations
Catatonia.
are- yeah,
Like-
yeah.
I don't
like,
even count that as
distance.
Catatonia,
You went to
Frank.
Val, the
Viva-
fucker.
Viva Emptiness
Not like
has
you owes me
some
money.
really bad lyrics.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're still learning the language at that point. In
Exactly.
No,
fairness,
they're
probably.
just fucking bad lyrics, honestly. So let me flip it to you this way though. It's like the lyric, it should be almost unnoticeable. That like it's only gonna be noticeable when they are bad. You
Or
get what I'm
especially
saying?
great.
Yeah.
In fairness,
Or
Like,
especially
or
great
especially
if you write
great.
some kind of
Yeah.
great story song or something, but like it's only the lyrics only gonna stand out to me essentially when it is bad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, and that's that song on that Porcupine Tree record, and like Steven Wilson does take a lot of shit for some of his lyrics, and frankly, some of them are not great.
But I'll make the inverse argument about what we were talking about earlier in a similar way. But like for pop, I feel like lyrics are far more important because rock, I'm into the music and the groove, and maybe it's just because I'm not particularly a pop guy.
I don't think so, dude. Everything's
They
baby,
say
baby,
the same
baby.
word over and over. Like,
It just-
Well, that's
look
what
you
I'm
made me
saying though.
do.
Like
Look
pop
what you
lyrics
made me
have to be
do.
great, or else it's especially dog
They're
shit.
not.
for
No,
me. I
they're
don't
not
know.
great at all, dude. It's just it's literally the most generic shit ever.
Which is
dude.
why, for the
know?
large part, don't like pop. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
like,
saying they stick out more because there's less complexity in the actual
Right.
music. Is
Yeah.
probably what
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah,
to say.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
and
mean?
it's less complexity in the lyrics, and it's just all about like melody, and it's about the beat, it's about the bass, it's about so like the lyrics
about
again, like,
whatever-
don't matter. So
what
you can
words
just sing
sound
baby,
to be
good
baby,
with
baby.
it.
clear and to keep my good name here, I'm not saying I enjoy pop lyrics. I'm saying that's like largely why I'm not a huge fan.
You know who's good at pop lyrics? The Weeknd. You know who else? Lady Gaga. I'm a
Yeah.
huge Lady Gaga fan.
That documentary on Netflix she put out or whatever.
Ooh, I haven't caught that.
I haven't seen. I haven't even heard of it.
She's like topless in half of it.
Oh yeah, no, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Have you seen the? I think I was going off on this in an old podcast, but A Star Is Born with her and Bradley Cooper. I thought as an actress, she was fucking great.
Yeah,
she was. She was a really
phenomenal
good
actress.
Yep.
Actor.
She's
You
super
can't say
talented.
actress anymore, right?
Actor.
Yeah.
Gender agnostic purveyor of
That's
the art of acting.
That song is or not that song. I'm sorry. That movie though. It's been like remade a couple times, right? Like Barbra Streisand was in it, but then it was even before that.
Oh, was it?
It's been made 3 times. This is the 3rd time they made this movie.
Was Jeff Bridges or one of the Bridges, and like Bo Bridges or somebody one of those?
It might have been with Barbra Streisand.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in like the late 70s. I feel like the guy was just on Rogan that produced it. Did you catch that at all? He's like this movie producer.
No,
it was literally unlistenable. The guy was unlistenable, but he was talking about it.
By the way, jumping back to your other question, my real answer is no. I would never be able to kill anybody, even with a book. I think can do it unless it was Rogan, maybe just to thin out the competition, thin out the herd a little bit, clear that path to number 1, baby. Oh, quick side note on that. Did you guys ever? I think it was a short story that I read one time, if I remember correctly, but it was about this whole thing, and like basically this guy was given the option if you can kill somebody that you have never known, never met, never seen for X amount of money.
Oh, they made
there's a movie about it.
With that button in the box.
The button or
yeah, but based on
that Staples button.
Yep, the Staples button.
The easy button.
The easy button.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm just not informed enough in the world, man.
Would you like to be?
You know what I'm saying? Yes. I feel like everybody's always talking about, they're at the water cooler. They're talking about what's going on in the world, And I would just like to know a little bit more about what's actually going on in the world.
Let's give the people a little something to work with here. How about it?
All right.
Nothing. Where is it?
Fail.
Wait.
Does it not work?
Wait, no, wait. Just wait. Let's try it again. I just added. We'll try it again. I just added this to the group, so it's all fucked up. So
just straight running it back after that fucking tragic failure.
I often feel like I just don't know what's happening in the world.
Interesting. I had a feeling you might say that. Yeah.
People, they're always at the water cooler, talking about what's happening, and I don't feel like I'm in the loop.
Always good to be informed, right?
It is. It is.
All right, let's do a little something about that here.
The Dangerville podcast presents News of the World.
Hey, second time's a charm. All right,
Nice.
All right, so first up on the docket, a large gray seal that made its way into a Massachusetts pond finally surrenders. So a gray seal evaded multiple capture attempts by local authorities over multiple hours after getting into a small pond from a sea via a drainage pipe. So kind of swam in.
Okay.
They were trying to catch this fucker with nets and everything. Couldn't do it, which you wouldn't think they're the fastest moving animals in the world. But
a gray seal, is that a manatee essentially?
No, it's just like
something different.
Yeah, it's a seal.
Pseudo, same genre, same family there. But yeah, it turned itself in after, quote, waddling up to the local police station. So it's kind of waddled its fat ass up there. Yeah. I'm deeply sorry for the countless man hours and taxpayer dollars wasted by my dalliance into the pond, said a regretful Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
What the dog?
An old school Kirstie Alley throwback.
That is anymore.
I thought it was hilarious. We're sticking with it. I think it was an old Conan bit. That was an old throwback, but yeah. It was oddly reminiscent of a similar story from several years ago where a black seal had invaded concert venues across the U.S., but then left of his own volition and recognizance after the popularity of Kiss by a Rose had died down.
Fucking love that song so much.
It is a great song.
It is.
I got that on my. I tried to
Didn't we
sing
talk
it.
about covering it?
Yeah.
We need to.
Dude, I'm like...
Too many harmonies, man.
Yeah, good fucking luck.
Yeah,
because
no
let me
shit.
tell you, it's not easy to sing. I got it like 70%, dude. It's a hard fucking song.
Maybe that's the song Abandoners should come back with.
I know. We'll come back. That was on my list.
There
I
you
got
go.
that on the playlist with the Alanis Morissette song or whatever. And we were talking about the other day, my buddy was here, and we were talking about, do you guys know the Madonna song, It Used to Be My Playground or whatever? that was on that movie soundtrack.
If I heard it,
I
I
think
probably
so.
know it.
Yeah,
but-
that's a great song. We're talking about covering that. All right, moving on. Margerie Taylor Greene. You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Representative. Her husband, Perry Greene, files for divorce,
Yeah, I heard
citing
about that.
grounds. Yeah, you heard about that? Citing grounds that the marriage is irretrievably broken. Representative Greene said she did all she could to make her marriage great again. Although no hard evidence has been forthcoming, rumors have spread that Miss Greene slept with dozens of men she met on 4chan, all claiming to be the mysterious leader of QAnon. Interestingly, the men all convinced Miss Greene that in order for them to remain anonymous, she'd have to put a bag over her head.
That's pretty tremendous.
Perry Greene, the husband, was later spotted that evening at a local singles bar, wingmanning for James Hetfield.
Yeah.
He did a whole thing on James Hetfield getting divorced a couple weeks ago. You know, Hetfield's getting a divorce.
Oh,
hell yeah.
I didn't hear about
didn't hear
that.
that.
Fucking A right. Oh, yeah.
See podcast
Yep.
number 6 for that one or
Yeah,
whatever.
it is sad but true. He was
It was a solid 20 minutes of increasingly terrible Metallica song puns.
Didn't he originally enter rehab because she was like basically quit drinking or I'm gonna leave you?
Yeah, she seems like a real cunt. Well, yeah, he was fucked up too.
Well, he
but
was.
yeah.
he
I
was.
mean,
I can't imagine.
Hell
he's
yeah.
I can't imagine he's a treat to deal with. Either. I think that was.
fucking A right. So, have you guys heard? You heard it here first. If you have not heard, that rapper Coolio has died at 59.
Yeah.
Pour one out for the homie Coolio.
For sure.
The legendary rapper heads into the great beyond for one last fantastic voyage.
Going up to that great gangster's paradise in the sky.
Is it a gangster's paradise or
Yeah.
Amish? He gets up there, it's Amish. Damn it! Weird Al was right.
Pouring out for Coolio.
Dude, they perform resuscitation efforts on him for 45 minutes. So you gotta
Wow.
give props to
Holy
the diligence of the paramedic crew there. That they spent literally the length of a Coolio album trying to bring Coolio back.
They probably just put one on quick.
They spent the length of Coolio's career.
When Bismarck he died, they poked him in the rib once. They're like, "Fuck it, it's a lost cause. He's a goner."
Shit.
Bismarck Key.
I was searching, furiously searching dead rappers, of which there are a tremendous
Many.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an hour-long conquest. And
yeah.
Dude, that song when it came, both of those songs, Fantastic
Yeah.
Voyage and Gangster's Paradise, holy
Yeah.
fuck, did they get some airplay back
Yeah.
in the day. And they're both great songs. I'm not gonna lie.
That
Huge fan of
video
both of them.
for Gangster's Paradise, dude, was fucking epic.
Yeah, dude, that was
fucking clutch
the
video.
Dangerous Minds soundtrack.
Yeah.
Dude. That was
Michelle
awesome.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh,
yeah.
she was in the video and shit too.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, like actually like in the video, not just clips of the movie or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
That's dope. You got any more about Coolio? Or is that it?
I
Is
think
that
that
all we
about
got?
sums it up.
All right. Have you guys heard this shit? The Diary of a Wimpy Kid actor was sentenced to life in prison for killing his mother.
Really?
Ryan Grantham, whose credits include Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Riverdale, was sentenced to life in prison for slaying his mother, whom he shot at point blank as she sat and played the piano. This really happened.
Yeah.
In his defense,
That's brutal.
he said, "I told that bitch if she played chopsticks one more fucking time." The situation, it could have been a lot worse. Prosecutors claim that Ryan had aspirations of assassinating Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as well. In fact, one day after his mother's death, Ryan loaded his car with guns, ammunition, Molotov cocktails, and directions to the Prime Minister's house. He even wrote about his plans for Trudeau in his diary, forcing the Diary of a Wimpy Kids franchise into real dark new territory. When reached for comment, Trudeau said, "I'm not your friend, buddy."
I'm not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Oh, that was
Yeah, it's a fucked up story, dude.
That was tremendous.
I was super saddened to hear about this heinous and egregious act. I mean, it's a supernatural horror spin-off of the Archie comics and the characters, and it was on the CW. I hope this fucker burns in hell, man. That's terrible. Yeah, like you said, dude, he shot his mom in the back of the head. He confessed about it on his GoPro camera, apparently.
Yeah,
Did you see
yeah.
that?
Did you really?
Yeah,
I did
dude.
not hear about this.
He said she knew it was me or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his defense, you know, she was incessantly playing Billy Joel's Pressure, and it put him under a great deal of it, and he just kind of snapped. But compared to a rendition of Tiny Dancer, his was the second most egregious act to take place at the piano that night. I got to start hitting different ones.
Those deserve a...
Oh, no way, that Tiny Dancer material. That's golden, you know it, baby. It's gold, Jerry. All right. So I got to come back strong here. All right. So have you heard of the IG Nobels? Or Nobels, rather.
No. What?
Okay.
No.
So the IG Nobels, it's basically like a fake scientific award for comic achievement. They get handed out by actual Nobel laureates, but it's kind of like a gag thing.
It's
right?
like like the raspberries.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a satirical award show where they, give it
Gotcha.
out for shit. So among the winners were super cute ducklings with innate sense of physics, a life-size rubber moose, and a study focusing on the sex lives of constipated scorpions.
I would like to read that study.
Indeed. But fans can rest easy knowing that guitarist Rudolf Schenker and fellow bandmates have been part of a strict regimen of Fibercon, Metamucil, and Blue Chew, and are once again crushing groupie puss at a rate commensurate with their conquest of the mid-'80s.
The sex lives of the scorpions. Yes. Yes, sir.
That is so good.
Rudy Schenker.
Other
Whoa.
notable IG winners for comic scientific achievements this year were the sorcerer who has inexplicably managed to keep Keith Richards alive and kicking for 78 years, Khloe
He's only
Kardashian's
78?
plastic surgeon, and a gentleman who invented a laundry detergent strong enough to remove stains of even the most foul of Amber Heard turds from the whitest of bed sheets.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he is only 78. I had to do a double
I
take
thought he
on
would.
that.
I thought he was like
Yeah.
fucking 110 or some
Yeah,
shit.
He looks
for real.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard? We'll keep going on the news, but have you guys heard they put out the thing today about they got a movie now, like a Lifetime movie style or whatever, of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial? or
Do they
whatever.
really?
It just and I was like, these motherfuckers had to start making this movie like same day. Like it takes a minute to make a movie.
What if Amber Heard starred as herself?
Dude, okay, that's my joke. That's what I'm saying. No, it's fine. Like it's this is not like I had the same joke as I was
Yeah,
like, what if
it makes
Amber Heard
sense.
had to do the movie in order to pay back?
She has
Johnny
no money.
Depp?
Yeah. It's a completely Lifetime movie.
It
Sure.
looks hilarious. The guy playing Johnny Depp, it's actually pretty dead on. It's pretty funny. Like, but it's on like Tubi or some shit, some network, like one of these like free.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Is it like one of the free channels you
Yeah,
get just on the
yeah.
Roku or whatever?
Yes, yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is, dude. It's a Roku channel.
Strictly that Walmart Roku TV.
Fucking
Yeah.
phasing me, man. I was super phased by it. All right, listen, guys. London Mayor Sadiq Khan. You guys know what Sadiq Khan is? London Mayor Sadiq Khan. Summoned to a committee due to his behavior over Police Commissioner Cressida Dick's resignation. Okay, Police Commissioner Cressida Dick forced to resign.
That dick.
Yep. Rumor has it this isn't the first time Mayor Khan has had his behavior questioned about Dick. When I first read that headline, I literally thought Cressida Dick was some kind of tropical bird. I was like, what? What? A crested, you're a what? It's terrible.
No, I'm picking up what you're laying down. Keep going. This is
Sir Tom Windsor, this is what happened. Sir Tom Windsor published a report this month which concluded the former police commissioner felt intimidated, that's in quotes, intimidated, into resigning her role following, quote, political pressure. Okay. When asked where the pressure was coming from, she simply replied, right, we're getting one laugh on that. I wasn't sure that was gonna land.
It came back around.
I thought you were going to go with
that
a
movie's fucking great.
One of the best. I had an alternate joke that would have been a little simpler. I wasn't sure if anybody was gonna get it, but yeah. So anyway, Mayor Khan issued, which I'm picturing as fucking Ricardo Montalban, you know. He issued his own statement to the press saying, "Listen, it's simply not true. In fact, at my age, I have to exert pressure for Dick to stand up, not stand down."
I love that.
Listen, regarding the whole controversy, the Queen could not be reached for comment.
Oh, God.
Oof.
What the hell was that?
Really going hard on that Queen material the last
Fucking
few
with the
weeks.
Queen.
Tens of thousands of Englanders are fucking outraged at this podcast right now. Gonna lose a devoted part of our audience here. Yeah, this one kind of stinks. I'm gonna roll it anyway. I debated.
You guys
Sounds
are really
like you got some
popular
good
in
material to
Brexton.
get- Indeed. All right, so a bargain hunter scores 700-year-old medieval piece. So a Portland, Maine man who went on an estate sale to find a KitchenAid mixer, a bookshelf, or vintage clothing, which maybe like narrow down the search a little bit there to same.
Anything.
Found none of them, but did come away with a 700-year-old treasure. Will Sideri was interviewed and noted, "While you never want to take advantage of someone and capitalize on their misfortune, Dame Judi Dench and I really hit it off, and I got her for a hell of a deal."
A 700-year-old piece.
I don't know. It was questionable at best.
It could have went. I feel where you're going. I feel where you're going.
I get it. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no.
Could
I get it. It's
something
just
about
not funny.
banging
I told you I was going to yank it. I should have yanked
a
it.
700-year-old piece. Something about banging Nefertiti or something.
Yeah. That'd
Equally
require
bad.
me to have a far broader knowledge of history than
You
I do,
got
unfortunately.
more on that?
No,
All right.
we're going to stick with that one.
But like, so I did actually, I read that article, and I don't have like huge jokes about this, which is probably fine. But the what actually happened was this fucking thing. It was owned by William Randolph Hearst. You guys know who that is? He was a newspaper tycoon in California who was the basis for many fucking characters and movies and shit. But amongst other things, he's also the guy who got marijuana put on the Schedule 1 drug thing or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, a bunch of shit. So like he had this fucking thing. He literally had it split apart and sold to make money or whatever, much to the consternation of like, you know, academics who want to put this fucking book back together. So I don't have a joke about it, or if it's just that William Randolph Hearst is just a real big fucking dick.
Yep.
That's basically it. He's just a huge fucking asshole. That's it.
All right.
You got more?
I think I'm piggybacking off the rest of yours. So let them fly.
Oh, I got more. Oh, you ready? I got more.
Got a little, it's got some NASA DART action. I saw that.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
pretty
All
dope,
right.
man.
Yeah, you want to talk about the fucking NASA DART
Yeah, let's set
spacecraft?
it up, man.
Okay. You want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, we'll go, I guess.
All right, go ahead.
So
Anyway, who are you doing?
did you see this? Did you hear about this? NASA's DART
pretty good.
spacecraft collides with an asteroid, okay?
Yeah.
So this was humanity's first test of a planetary defense against an asteroid, right? So they fired the shit out trying to deflect an asteroid, essentially. Sadly, similar efforts to defend the world against deep impact were less successful, though Elijah Wood remains incredibly apologetic for his role in the film to this day. Though NASA continues to work diligently to figure out a reliable defense for the planet against a potential sequel.
Bro, I heard that Representative Don Bayer, the chairman of the Space and Aeronautics Subcommittee, said in a press conference, "We had no choice but to ramp up the DART program after the recent news of Bruce Willis's retirement."
Did you see he sold his hologram likeness or whatever? the hell?
It's like the deep fake,
Yeah,
right? The
the
rights
deep
to
fake. Yeah,
deep
yeah.
fake. Yeah. Man, there's a joke in there somewhere too. God damn, I just yeah.
That seems like dangerous territory,
Yeah.
man. I
Yep.
don't think I'd want people having my hands on
Well,
that.
Yeah,
the
no kidding.
asteroid was called Dimorphos. Did you see that?
Yep,
That was the
yep.
name of the asteroid or something. When asked for comment, Dimorphos said, "Can't we just get along?" alternate
episode ever.
alternate joke on that. I was gonna say Dimorphos said just when I was finally on the right track. Maybe that's a little more clever. All right,
I'll allow that one.
you got more on that? You got more?
Yeah,
on
they were,
Dimorphos?
like I said, they were testing the effectiveness of kinetic impact to divert an asteroid. Pete Davidson actually employed a similar technique with equally impressive results, repeatedly firing loads at Kim Kardashian's face and successfully diverting her from his life, preventing another potential disaster involving a large rock of the 12-carat variety. So
Yeah. Well, dude, that's what I heard too. Is Dimorphos has already petitioned NASA for child support.
Hey now. Hi-oh.
There it is.
I get the multiple hey now. I'm a huge fan of the multiple hey now.
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now.
It's not actually. It's fucking. What's the guy's name?
It's Jeffrey Tambor from the Larry Sanders
Oh,
Show.
you're right. Okay, yeah.
Oh, you're thinking
yeah.
Jim McMahon for the Hey-O?
Yeah. No, Ed McMahon.
Ed McMahon.
Yeah. Oh, guys, there's more. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm
doing
good.
all right?
This is great.
All right. 12 siblings in Spain have broken the world record for a combined age of over 1,058 years. 12
Jesus
siblings
Christ.
combined their age.
Holy shit.
The Hernandez
How does that
Perez
work?
siblings, who grew up and still live on the island of Gran Canaria, range in age from 76 to 97.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? The Guinness Book of World Records representative told the siblings, "Congratulations, your mom was a huge slut."
I keep hitting the same one.
That's all right.
Does the Guinness Book of World Records still exist?
Oh, yeah.
Does it really?
And you'll find out more.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm ready.
yes, sir. This is mostly what this whole podcast is based on, is the Guinness Book of World Records.
I remember getting a copy
Today
of
we're doing
Guinness
W.
Book, I got a copy of Guinness Book of World Records 1999 for Christmas.
Yeah, it used to
Nice,
be a deal, man.
And like it was just a massive.
shiny.
I read the shit
Yeah,
out of
was
that
it all
thing.
shiny?
It was awesome.
I'm thinking of Encyclopedia
Yeah.
Britannica.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Right.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's a
Which
pretty.
that does not exist anymore.
It's kind of an impressive feat with the age thing, but I feel like George Burns had them all beat single-handedly on his own.
The fucking World Records book, though, like you guys know, like it actually is the Guinness, the beer brand.
Yeah, it is. They talk about. I went to the
Really?
Yeah.
When I was in Ireland,
It's-
I went to
that
the
blows my-
brewery, and
yeah, me too.
they actually talked about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was in Ireland too. We should talk about that. But
How's bragging camp going?
terrible.
Hmm.
I don't know what you said. I'm sorry.
How's bragging camp going?
Oh,
Good.
yeah, it's fantastic.
I've never been to Ireland like you do.
It's so
Try it
Guinness.
sometime.
I was traveling the world, seeing
says-
the countryside of Ireland.
Isn't it because, and back me up on this, I may be wrong, but it's because they're the oldest brewery or some shit like that, like the world record. So they literally had like a book, and they started like people would like submit shit, and it all just grew from there.
Yeah.
into like
That's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty wild. Bunch of drunk assholes. The world's largest bobblehead was unveiled in Pennsylvania. Did you see this?
I did not.
It's got to be
No.
Dwight Schrute.
Did you see this? No, I don't know shit. You may have a better joke than I do. on
No,
this.
I know. I'm just interrupting you. It's just saying it's got to be Dwight Schrute.
Why? Is that a part of the office or something? I
Yeah,
don't know.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bobblehead thing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Well, here's my lackluster joke. Should have consulted you
Go
first.
ahead.
When the Guinness Book of World Records team got on site, they realized it was in fact just Jay Leno.
That's actually
Because he has an enormous head.
That-
Yes, he
Jay
does.
Leno has
Yes,
the
he does.
biggest head in the fucking world.
I shouldn't have interrupted you. I'm sorry. That was a good joke.
No, it was terrible.
He is just a weird fucking looking dude.
He's very seriously. I was
So
also
weird.
gonna opt for the singer for Led Zeppelin, who also has
Robert Plant?
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
an enormous head. And my third joke about it was I was gonna go is our friend of the podcast, Josh Lenz, has been in Pennsylvania for the last 2 weeks. So I was gonna make a joke about that it was just him, but
He's out there squatching,
yeah,
right?
he's
squatching.
squatching.
You could have went with a Jonah Hill there. Have you seen skinny Jonah Hill's
Oh,
head
yeah.
in reference to his body? Dude, he looks
That'd
like a
have been-
fucking Pez dispenser.
That'd probably been a little more
It's out of
relevant. The kids these days, they don't know who Jay Leno is. So.
control. Oh, no, that's good material. He does indeed have an enormous head in the face. All right, I've got one last one on my side here. So we've got an update on the North Dakota woman we reported on a few weeks back. So she brought a wild raccoon into a local bar. It was having people pet it. They were fucking freaking out, obviously, with the rabies concerns and stuff. Everybody had to get shots and shit in there. It was like a whole thing. So she found this injured raccoon on the side of the road 3 months ago, was nursing it back to health and getting ready to put it back in the wild, right? Brought it into the bar inexplicably. It's North Dakota. Who the fuck knows? The raccoon, which she named Rocky, they found found him and euthanized him. Yeah, which is bunk, right? And the woman said it's unfair and too much was done to detain an innocent raccoon.
Yeah.
In a related story, the rest of America continues to be shocked and appalled by how little was ever done to detain and euthanize the 106-year-old Sly Stallone for his involvement in the creation of Rocky V many years ago. Clearly the more egregious of the two Rocky-related offenses. On a serious note, though,
Rocky V was pretty bad.
Oh, just terrible, dude. His kid, what's his kid's name? Other Stallone, fucking...
Well, they had the Creed movie or whatever later.
That was pretty good.
That was actually pretty solid.
Good.
Yeah, the boxing scenes and that shit were choice. But yeah, Sly Stallone's kid was in that, and he was just bad.
Ugh.
But on a serious note, dude, the raccoon, it didn't even have fucking rabies. They tested it after they euthanized it. Like maybe putting the cart before the horse a little bit
dumb.
there.
If it had rabies, it'd be attacking everybody.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, you got this docile ass raccoon in your arm.
Like if as long as it didn't bite you, you're at no risk for getting rabies.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people were. I mean,
yeah.
It's like you said, it's North Dakota. Like someone makes raccoon of ours and shit.
Our friend Brandon Boone, who's going to come on the podcast, he's already scheduled.
Nice.
He and his wife are fucking nursing raccoons back to health right now.
Yeah,
random.
Yeah, very random, but also they're super
about his
cute.
brother Daniel.
Raccoons are kind of.
You don't want to know about
raccoons
him.
are kind of
he's
like
up to no good.
Psychopaths though. They'll like,
they're crazy.
They'll like kill animals
trash
just to kill them, and
they're sketchy, dude.
Yeah. My uncle used to have a chicken coop, and he had to actually. He had his chicken coop, and what raccoons would do, they climb up it and go over the top and kill a bunch of chickens and just leave.
Yeah.
So he had to put a net over or fence over the top so they couldn't get in anymore.
So listen, my next door neighbor over here had the city chickens going on, and this happened to her. I wasn't here. Apparently, Susan heard a lot of screaming happening when she went out and found a fucking chicken bloodbath. Back in her place, and they were like basically pets, which sucks, but she was not like these chickens were getting out. They were coming into our yard, like they were not secured appropriately, and apparently it was the fucking chicken apocalypse over there, because I've seen a lot of raccoons around here. They're getting into trash all over as they do or whatever.
Who's going chicken hunting? That raccoon's going chicken hunting.
Have you guys heard about this shit? Wildlife rescuers removed a peanut butter jar from a raccoon's head.
I think I did see something.
Yeah. The raccoon apologized, saying he got it stuck while he was still drunk from his time in that North Dakota bar. That's what apparently meant before he was euthanized, which I didn't know happened.
Let's go, Jerry. Go!
It's pretty good material. Was it Skippy or Jif? Did the article get specific there?
It did
they
not
make
say.
Skippy still. What about Peter Pan peanut butter? Remember that?
Oh yeah, Peter Pan.
Is Peter Pan out the window? Is that
No
still
way,
a
dude.
thing?
I don't think it's a thing
bro?
anymore. My mom used to buy it sometimes.
Gotta be the
I thought
thing.
it was cool because
That's
Peter
the
Pan was on it.
jankiest peanut butter.
Oh, I'm sure it was
Yeah.
the shittiest peanut butter ever.
Your
but
mom
I don't
didn't
care.
love you. That's the-
It might have been on sale. She bought what was on sale. She had 8,000 kids, so.
Oh yeah. Got to go with that sale peanut butter.
Just break the world record. You guys are gonna come for that world record, and
Yeah, no kidding.
in California, a school dance was postponed due to bats in the gym, which is too bad because it's finally a school dance the goth kids could go to.
You weren't kidding. This guy's got news
I
material
told
for
you.
days.
I just
went
picture
ham.
like the South Park goth kids like smoking and
exactly.
listening to The Cure.
For real.
This guy's like a young Anderson Cooper over here.
I got more. I'm coming with them this week because I was very bored and wrote a bunch of shit. A robot ran the 100 meter in 24.73 seconds, breaking the world record. Again, I told you this whole podcast is about the world records. Usain Bolt responded by saying, "I've still got a bigger dick." Yes.
That's the least impressive 100-yard dash time ever, by the way. Like,
Indeed.
that's not something that should exactly be
So it literally looked like it was just like two legs, like disembodied robot legs, just fucking ran this thing.
It looked like the thing from RoboCop 2.
After they blow they blow it apart and it's just the legs before it falls, or like in Star Wars.
I was gonna say
iRobot.
Yeah.
Or the
You know, in Star Wars when they blow the thing, like when the Wookiees fucking blow up the fucking thing, and it's just the legs or left leg. Fucking, that's what it looked like. Was just those fucking pair of legs. Zero gravity soccer.
fucking Jar Jar Binks.
He was terrible.
Hey.
George Lucas is like, yeah, we really need this.
It's a fair comment, dude. Jar Jar couldn't have fucking shit the bed any
You know what?
harder
I
on
take
that.
my previous answer back. If I could kill anyone and just Jar Jar fucking Binks.
Jar Jar, you're a fucking
I know
dead
he's
man,
fictional. Don't care.
I picture you in a job interview and they're like, so what assets do you bring for the company? And you just go, fucking Jar Jar Binks.
You're hired, goddammit.
You're just super salty about it still.
Misa was unentertained by the comic relief.
Oh my God.
movie, dude.
You know, for real, that fucking dude, the fellow who played Jar Jar, like he almost killed himself. Dude.
Really?
Yeah,
I
he was
heard that.
death
Damn.
threats. I mean, all of it, dude.
That's
Should have listened to his
rough,
gut
man.
instinct on that one. Just saying.
But you know, he must have got paid though.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how I'd have been balling out of control, being like, Misa rich as fuck. Misa fucking hookers in the hot tub. You know? So whatever. All right. Listen, there's more news, guys. There's stuff going on in the world that you guys don't know about.
So much news.
A zero gravity soccer game breaks the world record at 20,230 feet in the air.
Wow.
Portuguese soccer legend Luis Figo, I hope I'm saying his name right because I don't know soccer, and a team of international players put their skills to the test in zero gravity to break the world record for high altitude game of soccer. When reached for comment, Figo said, "This isn't what I had in mind when they told me we were going to get high and play soccer."
How the fuck? How zero gravity? How high were they?
So,
You said.
all right, so they were they do. Have you ever seen like zero gravity shit when they do it in a plane? They can basically simulate zero gravity for like, I forget what it is, but it's a couple minutes in a plane by basically like you go super high and you nosedive down or whatever,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
get like zero gravity.
Yeah.
They do that. It's training for astronauts. They'll do it just for fun, literally, like or whatever. So that's what they were doing. They were playing soccer in the middle of a fucking fuselage. You know, yeah, pretty wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm sure they were also very high at the time. I mean, wouldn't you be?
Kudos for figuring out a way to almost make soccer interesting. That's so
Yes, that's the most entertaining soccer game in history, right there.
No kidding.
So we would be remiss here if we didn't talk about Hurricane Ian, devastating parts of Florida right now. Shout out to Florida. Shout out to the people dealing with that. It's so big that Ian's eye, the eye of the hurricane, has grown to about 35 miles in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly the size of your mom's pussy. Maybe a little smaller,
My
but
in-law,
roughly the same size. Listen.
yeah, my in-laws are down there right now. Actually,
Yeah.
Luckily, from what they've heard, like the neighborhood they live in, because I lived in Punta Gorda.
Okay.
It not a whole lot of damage. It sounds like where they lived, so that was pretty good to hear.
That's good.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I got cousins down there. They're in Jacksonville, so all right. I got a lot of friends in Charleston, which is actually kind of pummeling
Yeah.
Charleston right now. So.
Because I was totally expecting their house just to be fucking gone.
Yeah, no, it's no good.
So-
I don't mean to make light, but
Why not?
I'm gonna.
Oh, for
It's the only way
sure.
we
For
can-
sure.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you guys seen this shit? This is all over the internet. A Florida reporter in the hurricane wraps microphone in condom.
I did see that. I did see that.
WBBH TV's Kayla Gaylor
Of course.
wrapping her fucking microphone in a condom. She cleared the air on her Instagram story after baffled social media users wondered what they were seeing. She said, "It is what you think it is. It's a condom. It helps protect the gear." Listen, guys, I mean, I understand the need to protect your expensive microphone, but did you have to put it on with your mouth?
Hi-oh!
This has been
That was pretty fucking good. Did you have to put it on with your mouth?
Really got to get an outro for this.
Yeah, we do. We really got to get... I'll make a new one. I'll make a new outro. The Dangerville podcast is brought to you by MyUndies. Now you can have your very own pair of MyUndies. That's right. For only $9.99, I'll send you a pair of my dirty underwear. And you'll know it's an authentic pair of MyUndies because they have Boss Danger sewn right into the elastic. Choose between skid marks, piss stains, or, for an additional fee, I'll bust a nut right in them. No two pair are the same. Also available, matching his and hers sets. Want to match underwear with that special lady for some creepy reason? I'll send you the bra and panties I wore last weekend to the orgy at your mom's house. No shame here. Go to myundies.com and use promo code Dangerville. Supplies are limited. Man, we just recorded like a half-hour podcast in the kitchen drinking.
Yes, I know, we did.
That's the problem.
We should have kept tape rolling.
I know. Well, we
for the pod,
we talk
man.
about that. This is just like it just keeps going.
Yep.
You know, like so we're thinking about like, oh, maybe we need to just like bring the fucking booze in here. You know, and like
we'd be here till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
The problem was that's fine.
You turn
know?
it into
Yeah.
the Joe Rogan podcast going 4 hours an episode.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're already beating him out in the ratings. So,
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
But my problem is I always got to pee. You know?
Yeah.
And this fucking guy has the smallest bladder of any human.
Yeah, dude. Got to just set up a little bucket in there, man. A little one-stop shop.
Just keep a milk. Just keep an empty milk jug right there.
Those fucking
Over
those bedpan pee jar
Yeah.
things. Everybody's just got there's
Commode.
Just one, two,
So anyway, like
just passing it around. Everybody's just like, oh, you got to go. Here you go.
Gatorade bottle.
The bucket's full, man.
Extra
We're all
skinny
amongst
mouth.
friends.
I don't know what to do. So I wanted to talk to you guys. I've been waiting to talk about it. There's 2 big records that have come out. So you guys, I know you've listened a little bit. This is basically the Dave Mustaine podcast. Was like the first like 5 episodes. It's just I was talking about Dave Mustaine. So like
all Megadeth, all
nothing
the
but
time.
Megadeth.
Hours of Megadeth material.
And H.P. Lovecraft. And,
Ratings through the roof, by the way.
so the new Megadeth record is out.
Yep.
You guys heard it?
I have.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Okay. Go.
It's Riff City, USA.
Riff City, US
That-
fucking A.
That
Yeah.
and Dirk
Literally
Verbeuren on it.
Bro.
Like, dude, I saw them live in May when they were at Van Andel, and like,
Damn it, I wish I would have went.
they
Fuck.
just like I've seen Megadeth live like 100 million times, and
Nice.
like they just had. I mean, they killed it obviously,
Shoulda
but
let me
there
know.
was just
Let me know when
like
you're going.
an energy. There was just an energy there that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah,
It's just a good group together right now,
agreed.
and with Dirk and I mean, I'm a Dirk fanboy. He is one of my favorite drummers
He's
ever.
unbelievable, right? Was Lorenzo playing bass?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
he's
that-
officially in the band now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not on the record. I saw him because he was back. He was in the band back in the day before they brought back.
That's right. Yep.
David.
Yep.
Elvison. He's fucking amazing. I mean, he's played with everybody. Quiet Riot and all, whatever. He played with fucking, I think David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar, one or the other. Just he's played with everybody, right? He's one of those guys. What are your thoughts on it?
The production is
Yeah.
the best I think they've ever had on an album. It
Ooh.
sounds so
It's so
freaking
clear.
amazing.
Sounds incredible, right?
Sounds amazing, yeah.
And they got
The drums
some incredible
sound
riffs.
natural, yet everything is
Uh-huh.
clear.
What do you think about it?
I thought it was a nonstop thrill ride from start to finish for the most part. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so it
I
sounds
do
like
have-
the consensus is.
I do have 2 caveats though, man. I
Yeah,
could
me
have
too.
done without Junkie and then that fucking
Okay.
the last track, Burn in Hell, which pains me to say because Van Hagar is all
Yep,
over it and I
yep,
wanted
yep.
to love it so much, and it wasn't
Well,
so much the tune,
Weren't
but like,
those last 2 songs
Yeah.
it was a little
bonus
preachy,
tracks
yes,
anyway?
that's what I was going to say that too.
Like I don't
Yeah.
count those because I thought those both sucked.
Agreed.
but it's a little preachy and up its own ass. That was my
Well,
whole thing. It's like we
that's-
get it. You're
that's,
Christian. You're sober. You don't need to rub.
But that's the
everybody's
same
face.
Hagar
You
song,
know?
though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those
all
2 tracks, like he's saying, the last 2 tracks,
They're covers.
they're
It's a
covers.
Dead Kennedy
yeah,
song,
so Dead Kennedys.
and then
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar song.
See, that's the
Yeah,
goddamn
that's why
problem
they're
with
different,
everything
yeah.
being on fucking Apple Music now is you get all these bonus tracks.
Yeah,
and don't
they're
even
like
know
part
that
of the-
it's a bonus
but
track.
they don't. So that's the thing is like they don't really call them bonus tracks, and I kind of don't like that because
I don't either.
I think we're all kind of the same. I don't want to speak for everybody, but it's kind of like I feel like an album should be a standalone piece of thing.
Yeah,
and if
give
you
me
wanna
the
put out
album
these
proper.
Yeah, agreed. Album proper. And then if you want to put out these bonus tracks, it's fine.
It should
Call
be a
them bonus
separate
tracks.
playlist.
Just do.
though.
Or
Yep.
a separate thing. Put them out, release them
Which
separate or whatever.
Some
you know?
bands have done before. Actually, Alcest, 2 albums ago, they had a regular version and a version with bonus tracks. And even on the CD, the bonus tracks were on a separate CD. And I loved that.
Agreed. I agree. Or at least just call them bonus tracks.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the thing about it is like, I kind of do have to say that I feel like they are part of the record proper in a way, even though they are these kind of like bonus tracks tagged onto the end. And I wish they would have, and all you had to do is like what we're talking about is separate them in just like your formatting. So like, but yeah, because I think the covers they did, I think that cover of the Dead Kennedy song is fucking, it's awesome. Like it crushes, right? And he's got this
I could have lived
crazy like,
without it.
what I'm saying,
It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's
bit,
just like this album is awesome. Then all of a sudden it goes to this, and I'm just
Agreed.
Like,
That I agree. That's what I'm saying. Before a cover, like,
But on its own,
we're
sure,
just gonna cover this fucking Jello Biafra. I'm a big fan. Whatever. It's what I was into when I was 18 or whatever. You know, that's what he's doing, right? He's talking about
for sure.
and that's dope. But that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, but you got to make that like not part of
You've
the
got to
album
call
proper.
it out explicitly, otherwise
Agreed.
it's like a bastardization
Agreed.
of the fuck, you know. And
Agreed.
shame on me
Yes.
for not knowing about
Yes.
the last tune and remembering
No,
that.
that's
but
not.
nevertheless,
It's not
like,
shame on you because they should have. It should be
you got to
explicitly
call it out,
specified.
right? Because here's the thing, and if there are extra tracks, cool,
Yeah.
bonus tracks, but this is separate
Yeah.
from and not
Yeah.
a traditional true part
Yeah.
of the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
What do you got on some Night Stalkers featuring Ice-T?
All right, let me riff on that first. if you
Yeah,
don't
that
mind.
was something else.
It's getting a lot of hate for some reason. I actually was I was going back and forth with some people online about it a little bit. So I'm defending it. I think it's dope.
That verse riff
pumped.
is sick as
Yeah.
Well,
fuck.
the song. Not talking about this. The song is the fucking sickest shit ever.
Yeah.
But like people are like, oh, it could have done without the iced tea, and I'm like,
It
really?
needed more Ice-T,
I
if
know.
anything.
Yeah.
I'm
I thought
like
it was
maximum
fine.
amount of
I was
Ice-T.
pumped. I'm like, oh, right when I saw him like featuring Ice-T, I'm like, that's dope.
He was
dude.
barely
Bring-
on it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's doing
Yeah, it
like
was
a character.
two songs,
yeah.
Ice-T is a former Army guy. He was legitimately in the Army for 8 years or something. So he's the right guy.
And now he's a man of the law. You know,
Yeah,
law and
indeed.
order,
Yes,
you know,
law and
the
order. Yeah.
longest running
Yep.
police
Police guy.
officer on,
Yeah.
on
The
a
guy
show,
who
yeah.
wrote fucking
Fuck the police.
not fuck the police, but
Cop killer.
Yeah. But yeah, man, and I thought he did. I thought he crushed it. Him and Dave Mustaine are friends.
And they're boys,
I love
yeah,
it.
I was gonna say.
Because they're on the same. They got the same management team, and so they've known each other forever. And he was. I heard Mustaine talking about it actually in Guitar World, possibly on Rogan, one of the two. And he's been fucking everywhere right now. Preaching
Yeah.
this new album, but yeah, I'm like, I fucking dig it. I don't know. People are like, I could have done without the Ice-T cameo. And yeah, like you're saying, bro, like bring in more
have
Ice-T.
him.
I was like, the only thing, if you would have brought in Snoop Dogg, maybe I'd have been more, even more about it. Like I love it.
Could you
man.
imagine
Love it.
seeing fucking Ice-T and Mustaine just kicking it out, and Cali just walking
Yeah.
down the street going, "What the fuck is
Well,
that?"
but I mean,
Ice-T?
speaking of body count, Ice-T is the front man of a legitimate metal band.
I saw
Yeah.
Body
You know?
Count at Rockin' the Range.
Nice!
They were fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
right.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Ice-T ain't fucking playing around, dude. It's
Yeah.
fucking epic, dude. I loved it. All right, so
Soldier On, by the way. Sorry,
Sol-
you sounds
No,
like
go,
you're launching
go,
into
go,
something, but
go.
Soldier On was fucking blowing my mind, dude. And
Yeah.
to your point of Rift City, man, just like
dude,
just
Every
brings
song
the
is just
fucking
like,
I know.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I loved how you guys mentioned and obviously we're all into music production, but like, dude, the
Sounds
guitar
so
tone,
good.
dude.
Everything.
Get the fuck out of here, man. It sounds unbelievable.
Oh, it's this
Well,
freaking
lyric-
razor blade. Just
Lyrically,
cuts like nuts.
everything's like about war, obviously.
yeah,
It seems
or-
it's kind of a common concept.
you're right. There's a lot there, and also there's obviously the title of the record. There's a lot about like disease and shit, and it's he's talking about the plague, but you can obviously like tie that into like COVID, and then you can also tie that. And he says it's not, but like whatever, everything infiltrates your psyche, right? But
Yeah.
and obviously
that
he
Dogs
just
at Chernobyl song. That was
yeah. I'm
Yes!
gonna, hold on. I'm gonna talk about that.
All right.
I'm gonna talk
Great
about
song.
but he's talking like obviously he just went through cancer. Dave Mustaine just
Yeah,
went
that's
through
right.
fucking so
Throat
like
cancer.
the sick, the dying, and the dead is you combining him with fucking cancer, combining with COVID happening while they're making this record while he's battling cancer. So he pulls in these lyrics that are not phenomenal, but they're okay. About the Plague and the first song, you catch like I laughed to myself about it. The verses in the first track with "The Sick to Dying and the Dead" was a fucking amazing song. But every verse is the line, and then he goes, "Yeah." and I'm just like, I don't know, something about that phases the shit out of me, man. I'm just laughing my ass off. I gotta say,
it felt like, obviously, and maybe I'm off, but his voice sounds a little bit raspier, a little bit different because of all that shit.
He sounds like classic Mustang.
I liked it.
He does.
I was fucking all about it.
He is always in I've talked about this with people quite a bit. He continually gets better. He's never been the greatest singer or whatever. He's got.
It's perfect for what they do.
Yeah. Agreed, dude. I love him. Love it.
I couldn't picture anyone else being in. It's just.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just Mustaine.
But yeah, going through fucking throat cancer.
I mean, I can picture
Kurt
Hammond and then maybe doing that.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna fucking fire Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, and Kirk Hammett's gonna start fronting Megadeth. All right, I want to talk about the Dogs at Chernobyl. So when the album came out, I'd already heard a couple of songs they put out, which were fucking killer. Every song is a banger, like you're saying.
Yep.
The record comes out proper. On my way home from work, I play the first 3 songs. That's my drive home, right? And then I get here into this room, and I got to work on something. I don't remember what. And so I'm going to continue playing the album, and now I'm playing it through my monitors and the sub and everything here.
You're just like,
bruh. And it's track 4, Dogs at Chernobyl. And I haven't heard that because none of this stuff's been released yet, right? And I turned that on, and I got it fucking to 11, right? And I was moving a little on that chronic, and I'm fucking. I was sitting here, and like, I don't know what I was supposed to work on. I don't even know. I'm sitting here just like,
oh god,
mouth agape, just soaking it in.
Literally mouth agape, dude. Dogs at Chernobyl, I will submit, is maybe the best Megadeth song they've ever done. And purists will fucking hate. I get it. It's hard to deny the old shit or whatever when it's your classic favorite shit or whatever. But just as like a song that's like, and talking about also the lyrics are actually great to this song. There's the song is huge. The arrangement's amazing. The fucking thing crushes. The hook, there's an actual hook. It's got sound design in the beginning and end.
The
with
intro,
the intro with the fucking, and the outro with the fucking Geiger counter and the dogs and all that shit, dude. And it's like, it's kind of 2 songs, which Megadeth does a lot, where it's like, it goes through kind of like
very progressive.
The main part of the song, and then like the last like minute and a half, it switches into it's like even faster, like blast beat kind of shit, or whatever. It goes into a whole different realm. But God damn, that song fucking owns. I cannot get enough of it. I'm pumping that song like on the daily, dude.
Yep.
Fucking Dogs at Chernobyl. I put that shit up online. I was like, yo, this is the best Megadeth song ever. And like, again, people were like, yeah, it's not as good as fucking Hangar 18. And I'm like, okay, but I like new Megadeth better than old Megadeth. And I think that's one of the strengths of Megadeth now, is that their newest shit is better than ever. They continually are putting out better shit,
So is that just your favorite song, or are you calling this like the hugest Megadeth album of all time? Is the question.
No. So that's a tough one because there's a lot of great Megadeth records. My favorite Megadeth album is The System Has Failed, and again, fucking purists
will really good.
Purists will debate me or whatever, but man, that album,
it's so good.
But like Dogs at Chernobyl, dude,
so
just
good.
I don't know. It's just everything I love about it. And when I heard it, I think it was also too part of just like me coming here and turning it on and having it at 11. And it just like, I'm just fucking you remember the old
being
Maxwell
stoned out of
tape
your
guy?
gourd, probably.
Like, I'm just sitting here just going, if I had hair, it was blowing back. My fucking cock is rock hard.
Yeah.
The guitars are just it just sounds awesome in this room. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is clutch, man. It is
so good. I was blown away at how good it was.
Rocked his socks off, which is a good thing because he was wearing sandals. I expected it to make not a good look. So.
Yeah, for sure, bro. It literally blew the skin off my feet. Man, I just loved it. So it's actually hilarious because it just seems like everybody has the exact same opinion about everything about it. Like, that's my big criticisms were the last 2 songs and how they presented those. I wasn't a fan of. There was that kind of like maybe one song. Was it Junkie? Was that the one that
Junkie? I was not a huge fan.
I like it now. The more I'm listening to it, I love it. The riffs are clutch. Everything's clutch.
The lyrics is kind of like whatever.
But again, and that's more my
kind of classic
Mustaine,
though.
It's never been. It's never been.
He's written a lot of songs about fucking drugs. I mean, that's a big part of Megadeth, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, there's some fucking other huge tracks on there though, dude. And like you're saying, dude, I love how Mustaine is just like, he's still so angry and he's just still trying to be like, he was literally talking about how he's like, I got bands in my sights. I'm fucking coming with the heaviest, fastest riffs you've ever heard.
I.e. Metallica.
And it is, yeah. I.e.
Forever.
And you know what, dude? And we talked about this with Lenz fucking a while back about the breaks in their careers and how, but dude, fucking Megadeth is just crushing. Fucking,
you gotta kind of have some of that shit, right? Like you need a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, like a little bit of a red ass about that kind of shit. Like otherwise, what's the motivation? You know, if you got somebody in your sights and it's just this eternal "fuck you, I'm coming for your ass."
They still sound angry, where Metallica just sounds like they're just doing it.
Yeah, dude, for real. Metallica's just kind of become like a legacy act.
They've been a legacy act for a long time.
I tapped out on Metallica after saying angry.
I love Metallica.
Like, absolutely.
Me too.
Not me. I love their new shit. I love Metallica. Now I will make an argument, and I was talking about this when we were talking about it too on the Mustaine cast because it's all we talk about. But so I'm rehashing a little bit here, but it's way easier to be that when you can hire young guns, new guys all the fucking time. When you got a new band every fucking 3 years, where Metallica is the same guys, it's a fucking more.
I was
or less,
actually just talking about that with some people the other day.
Right.
Like I think a big reason why Megadeth's output is so consistent is because he's always got fresh blood around.
Exactly. It makes
a big
all the
difference.
Dude, you got fresh, but
because if it was the same guys the whole time, they'd probably fucking suck too.
Yeah. You got Kiko coming in, he's got something to prove. You got fucking Dirk coming in, he's got something to prove. Like these, you get the call, right? You're gonna fucking answer the call. Like, okay, I'm coming in, I'm making Megadeth. And that makes it way easier. Like, because you remember Lenz was saying, Kiko blew Mustaine out of the water. It's like, well, yeah, dude, he's fucking 25 years younger.
Yeah.
He's a hotshot guitarist of the fucking minute. Dave Mustaine was told 10 years ago he would never play guitar again by his doctor. You guys remember that?
When he hurt his arm,
the glass door or whatever.
Yeah, his arm got all fucked up and everything, And I'm just going like, and I'm also saying, and I say this about fucking Lars Ulrich, and I'll die on this fucking hill, that like people forget that what these bands are, these thrash metal bands or whatever, everything's so goddamn digital now. These bands were supposed to have a little bit of slop. It is based on punk rock.
Yeah.
The thrash metal bands is fucking a combination of new wave of British heavy metal
and
combined
punk.
with Bay Area punk rock. It is not supposed to be digital all the time.
Right.
And so, like, you forget about attitude, you forget about feel, you forget about, like...
Oh, just listen to those early records, I mean.
Yeah. So, like, it's like,
the punk is all over it.
A little, you could say, quote unquote, he's a little sloppy, which is like, he's better than all of us
He's
by
fucking
far.
amazing.
And
there's
he's one of the great
sloppiness on that Megadeth record.
Not on this record.
Shit.
But even watching him,
when
I saw him,
like live,
he's one of the greatest guitarists ever.
So
ever.
tight.
It's not even
so
close.
tight.
Not even, dude. And I've talked about this before too. How like literally seeing Megadeth literally changed my life. And I'm not even the biggest Megadeth fan. Yeah, you wouldn't think that because it's all we talk about, but like, but like, I saw him. That's what made me start Holloway, was seeing Megadeth, and I was like,
Such a great show.
I'm playing guitar again. I gotta play guitar like this guy. I've never this guy fucking playing guitar is like nothing I've ever. His hand is like a fucking digital. So like, I don't know.
You got to be practicing
shit,
for 2 hours a day to play those riffs that clean.
Yeah,
insane.
Dude, the guitars sound so good, and they're using I think he's still using all his Marshall shit.
Yeah, it sounds like Marshall.
And I mean that's always what he's been about, and whatever the producer's doing, they may be blending some other things or like
Was that an Andy Sneap record?
No, I don't think so. I don't even know who did this record.
I don't either.
I was gonna guess either Andy Sneap or the Nolly guy because the snare drum sounds Nolly-ish.
I don't think. No, I wouldn't think
does all
Nolly
the periphery shit.
No, I know he is, but no, I don't think so. I don't know who it was, but I know that they fucking they got the bassist. I don't know who this bassist is playing on this shit now either.
Yeah, because they re-recorded everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, just absolutely fucking crushing metal, dude. Just unbelievable.
Oh, the
riffing.
bass on the album, it was that Steve Dijer, however you say
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Came in later, right?
He came in later and re-recorded.
Did he play in
everything.
Metal Church?
Steve has played in every band ever. He's in. I think he's in Testament now. But
There you go.
Testament, that's what I'm thinking of.
oh my god,
Testament.
he's played in
Yeah.
Death. He's played in every band ever. I mean,
Oh, there you go.
He's
Yeah.
like the metal bassist. He's played everything.
Nice, man.
I can never pronounce this. I always say DiGiorno. It's not DiGiorno.
Close enough.
But it's something like that. I can never say it
It's
right. I read it and I can't like. How do I say it right?
DiGiorno.
But he's on.
He's not delivery.
He's no. He's one of the greatest bassists of all time. He's unreal.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah,
He plays
dude.
fretless a lot too. I don't think he does.
Oh,
on this
really?
album. Yeah, he does.
Do you got a fretless?
I have a fretted bass that I took the frets out and made fretless,
So
and I
no.
filled it up with wood filler.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So now
Yeah. No, I got a
I should.
I got a fretless Strat. I think you guys might have been there when we went over and saw.
That's right. You have that fretless guitar. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I built it because the fucking not Buckethead. Fuck.
No, the dude from
Help me out here.
Bumblefoot.
Bumblefoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Bumblefoot was playing the fretless at that show.
It was
we
Apollo
saw,
show,
and yeah. I went home literally the next day. I call up my brother, who obviously helps me build shit and whatever, knows gear and whatever. Like, dude, I gotta build a fretless Strat. Let's fucking build it. So I ordered up. I eBayed up a fucking like a cheap ass body, some like cheap pickups and whatever. And basically the fretboard was supposed to be fretted, but it was kind of like you can buy them in kind of various condition, right? Of like where you want to be in your building. So you buy it without frets.
Yeah.
And so I bought it and put it all together and
puttied it in and smoothed
No,
it out.
it's pre-fretted. Like you're supposed to like, you're supposed to want to do that yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we built this fucking white piece of shit fucking like fretless Strat. Like,
yeah, man.
this is terrible. It was fun though, man. It was super fun to have that fucking.
My dad's got a fretless carving bass, which is
nice,
all right,
nice.
but,
Yeah. Well, a fretless bass would be worth having.
Yeah.
This, yeah.
Super random. You ever fuck with any Chapman stick in your bass?
I haven't.
Oh,
I've
man.
never seen a Chapman stick.
Yeah. How do you even get a hold of one of those? You need one.
Never
Gotta
seen
call
one.
Tony
be
Levin.
totally
I can't.
exactly.
I can't. I'm not a tapper. I can't. I don't
Come on,
really
dude.
do it.
Man up.
Okay.
A tapper of ass, but not a tapper of bass.
He's not a tapper or a slapper.
I don't slap either. I just play bass.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, fucking. All right. So, in conclusion, out of 10 stars, what are you giving the new Megadeth? Nick.
8.9.
Ooh, okay.
9.
Okay.
If we're going quality of the album, probably like a 9.
He always says
I always got to caveat
this,
the
Kevin.
answer.
Well,
I'm a man of nuance, gentlemen.
Yeah.
What can I say?
it's
Technically, it's
a 9.
probably a 9.
The-
I
the-
love Megadeth,
the
but like
yeah.
I'm not a quote Megadeth guy. Like for me personally, probably 7.5 to 8, but it's like a 9 on the grand scale, like actual. Yeah.
The bonus tracks. I mean, if we're not even counting that, it's still a 9.
no, you got to count it though. It's part of what's you got to.
Yeah, I was counting it, and like those drag it down, and like there was some of the voice.
It drags it down,
Some
but
of
then
the-
the Hagar factor
some-
brings it right back
No,
up. It's a wash,
it
bro. It's a
didn't.
wash.
It didn't. It really didn't. But and I don't know. Some of the voiceover stuff I thought was a bit corny and didn't really need to be there, but
Okay.
whatever. It's not a huge detractor.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what are you giving it, sir? A 9?
9. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like I said, it's Riff City, USA. I mean,
All right, agree.
Yep.
I'm right there with you. It's interesting. It's we're all pretty much the same. I'd say it's a fucking 9. It's a solid 9. The cover art, fantastic. Loved it.
Cover art
Great,
choice.
great layout on the text on the cover. A little
Are
different.
the cover
a little
songs
unique.
on the LP? Did you get the LP?
I don't have the LP. No.
No.
I'm probably gonna get it though.
Killer. Throw it down, Dave. You coming on the fucking podcast, man? I keep reaching out. He won't return my calls. Trying to get Dave Mustaine on
Come
the fucking
on,
podcast.
man.
Fucking-
Yeah.
No, next time he plays Van Andel, just get on. It's not that far.
Mhm.
Come on, Dave.
Right.
I keep calling him. I'm going, hello, Dave. Meet the real me. And he just, I don't know why he won't respond to my fucking.
Dude, are we gonna talk any Volta? Are you guys Mars
Absolutely.
Volta
That's-
guys?
I did
Yeah.
not listen to the new album, and I'm not a fan.
I'm a half Mars
But-
Volta guy.
Okay.
I haven't listened to Mars Volta in forever. I never really liked them back in the day, but my musical tastes have changed a lot, so I probably would if I tried them again. It's been a minute. I heard the new one is a lot different.
It is.
Yeah.
Like I was reading about it today, and I'm like, ooh, I probably should listen to this.
You should listen to it for sure. The Mars Volta is one of he and I's favorite bands. We're talking about hours
I feel like it's
of
a real
stony cruises,
like
hours
a real love it or hate. Not that album specifically,
But the band.
Volta,
The Mars
like you're a
Volta.
Volta person.
You
or
got
you're
that
not a
Geddy Lee
Volta
kind
person.
of Claudio voice.
Well, yeah, and you
in a
get
way.
so much of that like Latin influence, the high voice, like just kind of the crazy nature.
Well, it's
of
a lot
it.
of punk rock influence too, like At the Drive-In was a huge,
Yeah.
that's a post-hardcore or whatever punk rock kind of thing. And they brought all that into the prog rock world, which is an interesting choice. And then bringing that in with the comment. That's why there's
a lot of indie lo-fi stuff on this last album, from what I could tell.
Yeah, I don't know if it's lo-fi, but I mean, well, they experimented with this already. They already had in a lot of stuff, but particularly the last record before they broke up was very similar to this. I don't know. Why don't you go ahead and I think you got a huge opinion about it. So
I do have a huge opinion about it.
All right.
And like I could not have been waiting for this album. Like from the day they broke up, I was like, God damn it! Like
It's been 15, 14 years?
No, like 9 years. So
10,
that's
I
it?
think.
Yeah, 9, 10
10,
okay.
something like that. And I fucking love these guys, and we are both huge Tool guys. Like that's always kind of been my band, obviously his band. There was a real long stint there, and I kind of still to this day, when I'm questioned about the favorite band, I always got to caveated answer, of course. This tends to be my MO, but like I have since started caveating it with I've got like a 1 and a 1A. It's Tool and Mars Volta. So I love fucking Volta. To your point, I remember when Francis the Mute came out. I was dating this chick at the time. I think the album dropped at like midnight or something.
We went and got it at Meyer at midnight. Yeah.
I snuck out.
Fuck yeah.
She was all passed out in the bed, and I'm sneaking out of bed like I'm fucking getting away from a one-night stand. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go back to bed.
Volta,
Go
bitch."
catch some Volta." Yeah. Catch some Volta. So I fucking love me some Volta, dude. Waiting on pens and needles for this album, and I've got to say, I was wildly disappointed, man. And I felt like there was great potential for it to be exactly what it turned out to be, because to their credit and detriment in some ways, every album's wildly different, right? And I actually really like that last Nocturnicate album, which I didn't think I was going to. Like a couple seconds in, I'm like, oh man, don't go down this road,
like
just fucking jam out. And I really got into it and really liked it. But this new one, like to your point, man, I don't know if it's lo-fi or whatever, but it had a real like, as much of like easy listening or soft rock as Volta can be, it was a whole lot of that.
The only thing the main thing I noticed was every song seemed like it was the same tempo. Like everything would just feel like the same vibe.
Yeah.
Like
That's
thing
always
over
a
and over
criticism I have in general of bands. But yeah, go on. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it just like kind of the glory of those guys was that spastic nature where it was like right on the verge of out of control. And I love a ton of their albums. I still think actually probably my number one's Bedlam and Goliath. I think it's probably their best
That's a
album.
masterpiece.
That was a great album.
Love that album, but the first, D. Laus with Rick Rubin all over it was kind of the perfect blend of like it's still out of control, but you could tell he was all sorts of Flea on there, but really reining them back in.
Flea was on that?
He plays bass on
Yeah,
D. Lost in the Comatorium.
Did they have a bass player and they just like,
No.
hey, Flea, you're better. You need to play bass? Or
Yes, but no. It was they didn't have a bassist, and well, I'll speak a little bit on it. The bassist who's in the band and now, the girl, I'm sorry, I forget her name, and it doesn't matter that she's a woman. Maybe it does, but she's.
We'll edit that out.
And we're
later.
canceled. Listen, chicks can't play bass. No, I'm kidding. She was the original bassist, and she, for whatever reason, couldn't do it or didn't do it or whatever. And then they had put out basically like an EP before they did D-Louse, which was kind of just shopping the project. And there was no bassist, and then they got Rick Rubin to produce the record, and they didn't have a bassist, and Rick Rubin obviously has a little bit of a relationship with Red Hot Chili Peppers, so he said, hey, I know this guy, he's okay, let's bring him in. And Flea fucking threw it on. And as you guys also know, John Frusciante played a lot of guitar. He played almost all the guitar. He played almost all the guitar on Francis the Mute.
Quick
Really?
side note,
Really?
dude,
I did not know that.
Yep.
Flea
Well, now
was
I gotta
also
listen
all
to him.
over like Francis the Mute with like playing trumpet and all sorts
He
of
played,
fucked
yeah,
up
he
shit
played
on that,
trumpet
yeah,
on.
dude.
Flea started his musical career in school as a trumpeter in band, but yeah, he plays trumpet on the ballad on that.
So is
song,
Mars
whatever.
Volta basically just a singer and drummer?
No, the Mars Volta is the singer and guitarist,
Okay.
and then a revolving cast of other people.
Of
So
replacement players for
Yeah,
the previously
yeah.
OD'd
And-
players.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dropped
they,
dead before
they are
that, yeah.
very like it literally says like in the liner notes, the Mars Volta is Omar Rodriguez Lopez and Cedric Bixler Zavala or whatever his name is.
Where are they from? Like Long Island?
No, they are from El Paso, Texas.
Oh, really?
So originally, which is At the Drive-In, you guys are familiar with At
Yeah.
the Drive-In?
Yep.
That's an El Paso hardcore band. They broke up. They fucking decided they didn't want to do that band anymore. So the Mars Volta in that regard is really from LA. Like, I mean, they were in LA, doing the band. So
And
like
then they also
So
split
they
into
lived in El
Sparta,
Paso.
too,
They
right?
moved to
Sparta
LA.
was it.
Yeah, okay.
Sparta was the other band. The other three guys from At the Drive-In started
The
Sparta.
other inferior, not
Yeah.
Mars Volta.
At the drive-in was pretty hardcore, right?
It's not hardcore. It's that like
Post-hardcore.
post-hardcore like you can hear a lot of the influence of but they weren't proggy. The last record, I actually love the fucking last At the Drive-In record they did before they broke up, which had a One-Armed Scissor on it, which was their big hit.
That was a huge album. Man.
Huge album, just fucking fantastic. You can hear a lot of the but basically like those guys are really the creative force, and it was just kind of like I think they felt like it's really Omar, the guitarist, is the driving force of all this shit, and I think he really at the time felt like he couldn't really get his ideas that he wanted out in this kind of format, so they wanted to do something that was like just like had no rules, which is what the Mars Volta is.
Yep.
You ever fuck with any of that Omar solo stuff?
Yeah, it's terrible. What most of it is, and I don't care. I'm a big fan, but like a lot of the
Terrible is
Omar.
a strong statement. It's not my favorite
it's not.
thing.
I'm a big fan. It's terrible, but I'm a big fan.
It's just what a lot of it is. And he's even he's very open about this. It's R&D for his real projects. It's just like him fucking around in the studio. You can hear there's songs on his solo records that became Mars Volta songs and shit like that. So
he writes whatever the hell he wants, and he kind of listens to.
He's a studio auteur. He dabbles in film. He makes their videos and shit. He considers himself a bit of a filmmaker and whatever.
So what has he done for the last 9 years when he hasn't put out Mars Volta?
I think a lot of jerking it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hanging out, playing Nintendo.
He did. When they broke up, he was doing that band Bosnian Rainbows, which was actually in some ways very similar to what Volta is now. Not a fan. So all right. So let me get back to the new Volta record, though.
Well, I feel better that I didn't really like it that much coming here.
All right. Here's the thing. All right. Again, I'm totally backing you up. So, but I'm gonna say some other shit too. Is that what we always loved about Volta, which you may not even realize, is the drumming. And we were talking about this in the kitchen, which should have been on the podcast about how it's the drummers, okay? The Mars Volta always had the best drummers in the business, okay? John Theodore, top tier, dude.
He just played at the Foo Fighters show
I'm
the other day.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He plays in huge bands. Well, you know where he got his big break? He was the first big drummer in the Mars Volta for the first 3 records, okay? He's fucking incredible. And then after that is that cat Thomas Pridgeon. All right?
Fuck him, my God.
He is in some ways a better drummer, more technical, talking about funk, talking about just fucking, that guy is off the goddamn charts, okay? He's the guy who played on Bedlam and Goliath and the other ones, okay? Unbelievable drumming, okay? There's a bombasticness to the original Mars Volta records, and that stuff comes from the drums. These guys, again, having the top tier drummers. After they had that big pissing match with Thomas Pridgeon, him and the singer got into it. Apparently, they broke up literally like at a show, canceled the show. It was high drama, and which is fucking dumb, right?
Yup.
So they do that last record, Nocturnicate, right? He hires that other guy. I don't even know his name. And that he's also the guy who did this Bosnian Rainbow shit, which kind of became what it was. and it's not.
I'm adding that right now, just so I can.
They go on a fucking jazz odyssey, okay? Like it just in the not. It's not what I wanted. I didn't like that. It's a different style of drumming. He's like, I like hard hitting drummers. I like drummers that beat the shit out of the fucking drums.
Right.
So like I have respect because for the tech like low velocity, technical, fast finger twitch drumming and shit. Right? It takes a lot of talent and practice to do that shit. Right? It's not what I wanted out of the Mars Volta.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I was not a fan of Nocturnica. I was in a different place musically at that time. It's not a bad record. He sings great on it. It does have some interesting stuff or whatever. But it happened basically. They broke up that record. They never toured it. They broke up. I got this fucking problem with bands that have a very public, messy breakup. I didn't listen to the Mars Volta for 10 years. Yeah. I did the same thing with Queensryche, one of my favorite bands ever. They broke up very publicly, right? Mm-hmm. You guys know? I can't listen. I can't, I'm sorry. Don't do that. Like
that was how we got soured on Oasis back in the day.
Yeah, for real.
Don't look back in anger, dude.
Yes, sir. But I really do have a legitimate problem with that for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I guess it's obvious. But like, it's just like you're sullying. Break up privately, guys. Like, don't ruin your shit.
Keep it in house.
Keep it in house, right?
It's a family fucking matter, right?
All right, so Mars Volta finally getting back together, right? They did that Anti-Mask record, which is pretty decent.
Yeah,
it was more
cool
of a punk rock.
Yep.
Also had Flea on it, but that was more of a punk rock thing.
Dude, I forgot all about that album.
Did that come out in 2020?
No, that must have came out in 20.
Because Anti-Mask, that's just seems like it came out in
2012.
Yeah, you're right. They were really ahead of their time. Yeah, that was like 2012, 2016 or something. That was later. It was a little later than that, I think. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, somewhere around there. It was like a one-off record they did that was kind of a little bit. They did the At the Drive-In reunion.
Okay.
Which was, as far as everybody could tell, a cash grab, which I get. We were just talking about Porcupine Tree.
Yep.
The album's still awesome though.
It is. No.
Yep.
It is.
I still love you, Steven.
Me too.
I do
Me
too.
too. Yeah. Listen, I'll have your baby.
For
I would.
sure.
And your wife's. She's fucking hot.
Is she?
Is she?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Is that an Asian girl? He was with some Asian girl.
No, it is.
No, I don't
when you're
really
from Israel,
see
what's it called when you're from Israel?
Jew.
Jew. Yeah, she's a Jew.
I mean, it is.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I know he's got that whole thing about Israel.
That's right, because he lived in Tel Aviv for a long time.
Yeah.
He loves it. Yeah. All right, so the new Volta record, Mach 3 over here will never listen to a single when they put it out before the record, which I got respect for, but I can't do it.
I do it.
How can you
sometimes
hold out?
He holds out. Dude.
I do all the time.
How can you do that?
Sometimes
gotta
I'll listen to the single.
Do you
sometimes
never
I
edge
won't.
yourself?
Exactly.
Dude, I was just gonna say it's like settling for a hand job when you're gonna get the full gamut, dude.
He will never fucking dude.
But I don't know. You kind of got to build the suspense. That, in a way, is
can't do
edging
it.
yourself to the fucking
It's
album.
a better
comes
way.
out,
You
right?
are
Yeah.
correct. I don't got the self control.
And I'm a big I've got to hear it in totality just because I want to
So
hear
much
the
better,
whole
dude.
start to finish.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
If I could
brutal.
do
It's
that,
Because
I
it
would.
sucks when you listen to the single and you're like, eh.
Yeah.
But then you hear the context of
And
the
it's
album
like,
and you're like,
it
this makes sense
Yeah.
now.
Either it
Agreed.
stinks and it's
Agreed.
disappointing, or it's choice and you want more. So either way, it's kind of like a lose-lose. for me, but-
So I listen to the singles and I'm listening to them through fucking earbuds, like we all are, your fucking cell phone in the fucking shower or whatever the fuck, And it sounds like shit, right? Like it's not the fucking, And so I'm just like, I don't really get where the Volta's going with this, right? I listened to the full album when it comes out like 3 times, and I'm basically kind of on your same opinion where I'm like, this is my review of it at that point was,
which is an appropriate. That's the review.
all right, but then I know we're gonna talk about it on here. So it was last Saturday. I queued up again here in the fucking studio with the fucking sub and some real speakers and shit. And I get high as fuck. And I play it, and it blew my fucking mind. It blew my fucking mind, you guys. There is shit happening in it I did not catch. There is the percussion, which the Volta now, his brother has played percussion forever in them, and I love percussion. I'm talking about congas, that kind of percussion, right? It's just now, it's the guitar, one guitar, percussion, vocal, bass, and drums. And it's obviously got a lot of Latin flavor. I was sitting here, again, doing the same thing, playing it through my studio monitors. It's like you can't play it any other way. It's like I wasn't hearing the bass. And I was just sitting here going, oh my God, this is clutch. It was fucking rocking my goddamn world. And again, it was because, and here's the thing, we're talking about the Mars Volta.
I was high.
I was high as balls.
That seems to be the common denominator.
Yeah, bro.
Dogs at Chernobyl talking.
No, listen. Are you gonna tell me when we were fucking obsessed with Deloused in the Comatorium that we were not fucking out of our goddamn gourds, stoned as shit every single time? Every single time.
This is a fair statement, but I'm not sure there's enough ganja on the planet.
There is.
Not
dude.
that it's that.
Can we have
bad,
a
but it was
show where
just, it's
like,
not
we
what I
just get
wanted out of
together and
Volta.
just get high and listen to music?
Oh, we're not done yet. We're
That is a huge call, dude. And side notes about that later, but in full
Listen,
agreement,
dude.
dude.
I'm telling you guys, though, I listened to it literally. This is like my fourth listen at this point, even like in my car or whatever. I literally sat down, and this is what we used to do. People have forgotten how to listen to music. I sat down. I'm here with the fucking killer speakers.
Yeah.
And I smoked some ganj, and it fucking blew my fucking mind. First of all, I'm catching, like, there's like this concept to this record, which Volta's always had concept records, and this whole thing, it seems to be about this, like, haunted house or, like, haunted mansion. Like, the whole record, he keeps singing about, like, some old, derelict, haunted mansion. This whole album. And so that's blowing my mind. The percussion's coming out of the left side and shit. Ooh. Like, I'm hearing panning effects. I'm hearing, like, synths that I wasn't catching before.
So you're saying don't listen to it just on your phone speaker?
Yes. I'm saying this is, we forget that this is rock music, and it needs a fucking breadth of goddamn frequency. You know, you can't listen to it out of a fucking speaker that's smaller than your cock, you know? Which is abnormally small, you know?
Yeah.
I do.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at Nick right
now. All right.
My thing for albums, and I don't have, the monitors and this whole setup, not that fortunate, but I've got one of two options that's acceptable to me, which also partially is why I won't listen to a song individually. Like, it's got to be the right setting, got to be immersed in it, at least and especially for the first time through, right? Like, if you want to walk the dogs after it's hot or whatever. But I'm doing it through the Bose, or I'm doing it in my car, which is still kind of like how I cut my teeth in music. Like, that's where you absorb it, right? Which probably isn't great speaking to the, like, safety of my driving and paying attention on the road and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's encouraging to hear. I will definitely give it another listen. Honestly, I cooked through it once on the way up here the day it came out before the pod, just in case we were going to talk about it. And it was kind of like fucking an ex-girlfriend that had a bad breakup or something. And I was like, oh, man, this put a bad taste in my mouth. And I haven't been able to go back to it. So.
I've had to start it 4 different times. And each time I made it to like the 5th song, I'm like, I don't know if I keep
I will
going.
also say it's one of those records that gets better as it goes. The end of the record's better than the beginning of the record, which I feel like it might have been one of those records, and I don't know this for sure, but that was put together sequentially in the kind of the way they were writing it, as it kind of gets better as it goes.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure at all, but dude, I will say also the drumming, again, it's a different style. Like, I love the fucking hard hitting. I'm all about hard.
That's why I thought of the lo-fi, just because it seems very simple.
But the thing is, when you listen to it critically, like what that drummer is doing, he's not hitting hard, but dude, he is playing some fucking shit. It's a different style.
It's almost like jazzy.
It's jazzy. It's fast twitch. Finger.
Yeah.
Finger.
There's a real Latin jazz feel to the thing.
Of course. And even a lot of lyrics are in Spanish or whatever. But this drummer, I don't even know who the fuck he is throwing it. The bassist, it's not Flea and it's not fucking Juan Aldurte, whatever his name was. That guy that played with him forever, who was just a unbelievable fucking. Talking about fretless, and that guy was just a fucking beast. But apparently he I read that, or I found out, a friend of mine told me he had a motorcycle accident and is fucked up and can't play anymore or something, which is too bad because that guy was a beast. But yeah, so I would encourage you guys to listen to it again and take some time. We're talking about the Volta here. This is dense music, you know. It's not. It always has been, and we kind of forget that instant accessibility. Okay, so I also then, of course, they're everywhere talking about it right now because it's kind of a big deal for them, and you know whatever they're. So they're in whatever they've been on the big Apple podcast. Whatever with Zane or whatever, you know, that big shit.
Yep.
They're talking about it on there. They're in fucking Guitar World, which is where I get a lot of my shit. They're all over the place talking about it. And they were talking about how specifically they were trying to make a Peter Gabriel record.
I did. I remember
did you hear
reading
that?
I was just reading on it before.
Agreed.
Today.
Right. So
Throw back to Tony Levin, baby.
all love Peter
Yeah.
Gabriel, right? And they actually were considering reaching out to Peter Gabriel to help them produce this record. And then they decided that they had it, and they didn't need to do that. But
I think with Phil Collins instead and shit the bed out of the whole thing.
I'm the best one of the band.
Phil Collins could not be reached. So, but it's interesting because all these songs also, there's no song on this record that's like over 3.5 minutes long.
It seems like every song is like 2 minutes long.
And they're trying, and they were like, and they even talk about, like, he's talking about it, like, and what you're saying is like every album's vastly different. Our true fans know we're not going to keep doing the same shit. We're coming back with something totally fucking off the wall. This is just where we're at right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, and what I love about it, and this is obviously kind of my favorite shit, all of the Weeknd is like, we're making pop music with super dark lyrics. Like it's like we're making these weird kind of poppy-ish songs for them with lyrics that are about haunted mansions and shit, you know?
But I just kind of miss, like, and not, it's going to sound like I'm counteracting the other point. I appreciate that there is nuance to this, and I will listen to it again to pick up on that nuance. But my personal taste is having that nuance and that density and that fucking cacophony of polyphonic sound that's in your face and wild and out of control.
Yeah.
And a lot going on at once. And this was just so mellow, which I don't dislike, but out of that particular band and out of their comeback album 10 years after the fact, it's kind of just like, this is the way you're coming back.
Right.
It's just like, God damn
I will say, to your point,
I expected more
God
craziness.
damn it.
I will say they could maybe have come with like a couple of more bangers. You know, like if you want to make this kind of album, all right, you know, you're not 25 anymore or whatever, but maybe bring like 2 or 3 songs that are like really banging or whatever, because they are all mellow. But like what I was saying is like, actually there's actually a fucking lot going on that I was like, oh, I didn't. They're actually, and in a way, it's because they're better at making records that it's like, it's actually like there's more happening in very specific spaces in the way they're making the album. That's it, like, again, like listening to it, like here in my studio, I'm like hearing like panic shit. I'm like, whoa, this is fucking wild. Like, this is actually like very technically correct or whatever, technically.
Like Sgt. Pepper shit.
Yeah, like they're like, this is very specifically designed this way.
Yep.
You know, like this is like, they're not just throwing everything at the wall. Like this is a fucking like a great thing, and there's only a few great things happening at all times, and it's like,
in a way though, like
it's crazy how much music opens up when you have something good to listen to it on.
yeah, dude, you kind of, it's like, oh yeah, you kind of have to. Like we forget.
I remember
that
back in the
nuance,
day having like these fucking like $20 like Sony headphones. That's all I listened to anything on.
Yeah,
And then
those were probably better than what we listen to shit on now, though, dude. With our ear pods.
Oh,
and
I never
everything,
use
dude.
that shit.
Yeah,
I use those headphones you get. I use those for everything. I have a great system downstairs. That's all I listen to music on.
completely different
gotta be good.
genres, but like in a way, I equate it in a lot of ways to like old Dave Matthews versus newer Dave Matthews, which I realize it's not in any way the same thing, but
no, it is.
It was that sort of like, you know, out of control, which I'm using air quotes for old Dave Matthews, but really kind of jam band out there, out of control.
There's a youngness
versus like a tighter, buttoned up 4.5 minute, quote unquote, radio friendly kind of, where it's still complicated but done in a more subtle way, which I personally don't want out of either of those bands.
But in a way, it's actually more advanced. But it's not what you necessarily want to hear.
I don't listen to Dave Matthews because I have taste.
Hey-oh!
No, it's a fair statement. I realize.
I love some Dave.
But he's dropped a lot of
talking-
poop
I feel like a
on
better
people in
analogy.
Chicago.
I'm talking old school 8th grade me, like,
Yeah.
Crash Dave Matthews, live at Red Rocks Dave Matthews. It is
I
what
like
it is.
Dave Matthews.
It is
Hey,
what it is.
Dave has dropped a lot of great shit. All right, especially
Don't drink the water.
So the Dave Matthews tour band
tour bus.
bus thing has been a running gag for fucking
he just
every week.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's fucking epic. No, you're right. Actually, my brother always says, because he's kind of the opposite of you. He's like, yeah, they finally got good. He's like, so his opinion is like, it's always like, yeah, their first records have whatever band, he's like, yeah, their first records are raw and whatever. And then I finally get into them on record 4 when everybody else hates them. But for me, it's they finally got good at doing this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, this shit's super well produced. Things are done specifically with intent,
Yep.
And and don't get me wrong, dude, there's a rawness with when you're young and it's what you got to say and you got an idea what you want to do or whatever. But then they get to record 4 and they finally actually know what they're doing. This is finally actually good. A la Catatonia,
Exactly. Yeah. Great
Whatever.
Cold Distance, the album rules.
That is a fucking
Yeah.
great.
So-
As is Night is the New Day. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
immediately followed
Actually,
that,
their
dude.
last
Anything
several
after-
have been phenomenal.
Anything after,
pretty much
City
anything.
Burials was awesome.
early stuff just
Yeah.
bad. Just bad.
Viva Emptiness was
I like
probably
it.
It was
the.
okay.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
There's a
that.
bit
I
of a
appreciate some
transition
of that
period there,
rawness
but-
of some of that stuff.
But that great.
Yeah.
Cold
I used to be
Distance
I
and
used to be the opposite. When I was younger, I just didn't care for the raw or whatever, and now I'm just
Yeah.
all fucking about it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just fucking rock and roll, man.
Yeah, they made some fucking great records.
They did.
No doubt about it. Yeah, man, the fucking Mars Volta, it's a thing. I don't know what to say about it, but besides it's
I will give it another chance for sure.
Did anyone listen
Yeah.
to the new Slipknot today? Because I did, and I loved it.
No, I'm not a huge Slipknot fan.
I saw
but-
that
So good. Saw
Clint-
at Van Andel a
Clint
couple months
hated
ago.
it on face page.
Oh, Clint Franklin.
Yeah,
on the
Clint-
book face.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's fucking
He's like,
awesome.
this is the worst piece of shit ever. That's what
People
He
love
is
it.
wrong
Yeah,
about
people
that.
love it,
Yeah.
dude. They're talking about it.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was fucking
Yeah, I
great.
thought it was-
It's-
I thought it was
I
great.
think it's
Slipknot,
their
I
best
think,
record
yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah.
That was just terrible. I'm fucking around, but I'm not a big
It's really
Slipknot fan
good.
anyway. But
Like the opening track,
Yeah.
Adderall. I did not
Yeah.
see that coming.
really,
It was just
people
like
are
it was.
hating on
It
it.
sounds like the Silver
People
Sun
are hating
pickups.
on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so
People are
good.
hating on it.
Oh,
I'm not a big
Silver
Slipknot.
Sun pickups.
I hate
There's
on
a fucking
Slipknot anyway,
throwback,
so-
dude.
It's
Completely
so
different,
good.
I'm
And
a
they
Slipknot hater.
execute. You hate them.
Not hate. I'm not gonna say hate.
love 'em.
I'm a little bit of a Slipknot hater.
love
don't.
'em.
Yeah, it's never done a lot for me.
Love them.
I feel like for me, with if you're gonna do the,
So-
we've got 14 people in a band and
It's
we're doing
9.
the shtick of
It's 9.
the costume and the whole pageantry, you better
They got
fucking
more
bring the
people in
heat.
They do
Slipknot
bring
than
it.
those people on the island
You know-
in Grand.
They do fucking bring it. Their shows are unreal.
I'll give it a chance and never don't know the
Man.
first thing about them. Didn't dig the early radio songs back in the day. Haven't listened to it since. In fairness,
You
so
got a
I'll
band and a
caveat
bunch
that.
of douchebags pounding on shit that doesn't sound like anything.
But on that note, dude, the first time, so I think we
They're
were
phenomenal.
seeing Coheed maybe, and this opening act comes out, or maybe it was Mastodon. I think it might have been Mastodon was the main act, and we see this band come out, and this was
Mastodon
years
rips.
ago, and we're like, who are these ghost guys? And they come
Oh,
out in all
yeah.
these creature costumes.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
God
I
damn it,
just
you
got
fucking
into Ghost
douchebags.
this year.
Oh,
And
for
then I was
real.
like, whoa,
I was
these guys are way-
because
so-
of that.
Wales, bro.
I was into Ghosts when it was merely a whisper, dude.
Yeah,
I've
like,
seen
that was
Ghosts
well
You know,
before
Season
they
nine.
Goes
I
real
remember
so
when
hard.
I remember when they were around, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And they came out with the new album this year, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a chance.
You
and
just giving it a chance now,
and I-
dude.
exactly. And I listened to it, and I'm like, where the fuck have I been for the last 15
real.
years? Holy
And they're still
shit!
not my
So
favorite
good.
band ever or anything, but it's choice. And live show
Oh, they're
wise,
up
what
there,
a
man.
fun fucking live show.
We
that
saw
is.
him. Susan and I saw him in Kalamazoo front row. They had the fucking it was like you had to be part of the fan club or whatever. And for some reason, somebody dropped out or whatever, and put these 2 tickets up. It was a meet and greet thing.
Oh,
But we
dude.
didn't get to do the meet and greet because we didn't have. But we got those front, and everybody in the front row left and to go do the meet and greet, and we're just standing there like, oh, we don't got the meet and greet. But we were literally front row. It's at the State Theater in Kalamazoo.
Oh yeah.
And so like, and I got video I could show you guys. He's literally was singing to my phone. Like we're me to you right now, right? He's
A
like
starry-eyed Boss D in the front row.
pretty much. And he did this thing because they did this thing, this black communion where they would like get two like hot girls at the show, and they would have them go to the front row, and you would fucking do communion, which boy, you couldn't do that now with fucking COVID and shit because everybody was literally drinking from the same fucking thing or whatever. And I had this little interaction with him because he was like, and I'm not proud of this, but it was also funny. He was like, he was saying like, like don't touch these girls, because like people are out of control, And I was like, not even just a little bit. I was hammered. I'm not doing anything like that, but it was, and he was like, no, you do not touch the girls. That was an epic show.
I bailed them out the next day. It cost me $500. Still never paid me back for the ride.
I've seen Ghosts a bunch of times though, and like when we saw them the first time, it ain't the Ghost it is now. I mean, it's a totally different band. Like the drummer was terrible. It was opening for Opeth at the Intersection.
The drummer was terrible.
It was not good.
Opeth.
It wasn't great. No.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. Like he couldn't play anything. But
he just did noticeable fuck ups or something.
No, it's just I'm a drummer snob in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah,
If you're not crushing it, I'm not interested. And like it was just sloppy. It was just fucking that kind of like loose. I don't know. It was just a loose.
They've changed bands quite a bit.
Oh, and there's nobody in
it's a
that
revolving
band.
door.
It's just a bias.
Yeah. I mean, there was that whole fucking thing with the lawsuit and all that shit.
Yeah, that was stupid.
The new Ghost record is fantastic.
Unreal.
Oh,
Did you
my
go
God.
Did you go see him with Mastodon at the stadium tour?
I didn't. I saw Mastodon earlier this year. I saw Mastodon and Opeth at the Masonic
I was
Temple.
there. Yeah,
oh, you were? Did I run into you?
No, I was trying to find you, or Nick.
I
said
ran
you were
into
there.
like 100 million people that night.
I got free tickets from Zach Flora.
That's right.
I saw Zach.
Yeah, I bought him a beer there. So yeah, shout out to Zach. But yeah, man, it was just fucking that was a great show. I've seen Mastodon. I love Mastodon, but they're not like my favorite band or
They
whatever.
were unreal.
He loves
I've
Mastodon.
seen
He's
them.
just not in love with Mastodon.
For
They're
real.
awesome.
I've seen Mastodon so many fucking times because they're constantly touring with every other band that I love. And not that I don't love me some fucking Mastodon too. I do love some Mastodon for sure. But it's just one of those bands that I just happen to have seen a million times, which was the same way back in the day with me with Green Day. I saw Green Day 37 goddamn times because it was always this back in the
Green
fucking
Day
90s.
and Jimmy Eat World, Green Day and Blink-182, Green Day
and Weezer,
Weezer,
Green Day and No Doubt,
Yeah.
Green Day and Bush. I saw Green Day like 6 times in like a 3-year period. No, I love me some fucking Mastodon for sure though. And
Love me some Jimmy Eat World.
Fucking
by the way.
right.
Shout out
Yeah.
Jimmy Eat
Yeah.
World.
That's an
baby.
underrated band right there.
Yeah.
Little Clarity, a little Bleed American.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know that they're underrated because the people that know them love them.
We're
Well,
working
like-
on a
but
cover
like-
of 23 right now.
But
It's gonna
like
fucking
they
rule.
had those hits.
Yeah,
and people
right.
knew about them, and then they
Scott's
just
singing
didn't.
Sweetness.
Yeah, we're working on it.
All right.
TRL, dude.
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'll tell you,
tough.
I sing a lot of Jimmy Eat World on the regular. Every week I'm singing Jimmy Eat World songs, just practicing. 23 is a fucking hard one, so if you can pull it off, bro.
Yeah, it's high.
The magic about those guys, man, because like traditionally I'm more of a prog rock, again, like complicated instrumental stuff with a whole lot of stuff going, not instrumental, but you know what I mean, like a lot of shit going on. But to play good, like consumable, digestible radio rock and do it in a cool way that's not too poppy and bullshit is like one of the hardest things to do, right?
Jimmy Eat World's
And
a
they
perfect.
Boy,
do
did they
it.
fucking nail that.
Yeah,
man. God damn, I love those
That's what I'm
guys.
saying. Like an early Our Lady Peace too. They're right there, the same thing with me, and that's our era in a lot of ways. I mean, you connect on that a lot.
Yep.
Is I mean, obviously we do too, but man, that's 100%. You're 100%
Jimmy Eat
correct.
World.
Jimmy Eat World, man, fucking unbelievable. I saw him at the 20 Monroe a couple years ago after they put out whatever their latest full length record was.
Sure, and certain or
Yeah, it might have even been the one before that. I don't, but it was
Something
recent,
like that,
and they crushed. Man, I've seen Jimmy Eat World probably 6 times or something like
Nice.
that too. What I fucked up on, are you guys fans of Sunny Day Real Estate?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're touring again.
Yeah.
And
I heard
they're
that.
one of my biggest influential bands, even in like Holloway. Like a lot of what we were doing, and this sounds crazy, was based on Sunny Day Real Estate with our fucking like clean shit and whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're touring right now, and they just played. And I got a bunch of friends that went to. It was at St. Andrews Hall. In Detroit. They fucking went. I'm like, God fucking damn it, you idiot! Why didn't you? This is like they are not touring every day. They haven't played together in fucking 15 years
That's
or
a
something.
crucial muff on your part, bro.
Crucial muff, dude. I love me some fucking Sunny Day Real Estate, dude.
They had there was an interview with them that was in Spin Magazine. I think it came out today.
Yeah, I bet that sounds right.
Did you
no,
read it?
No. But
I haven't. Yeah, I just saw it.
I would love
gonna
to
read it.
Yeah, Jeremy Inyik or whatever his name is. That's fucking singer, dude. Oh my god, we used to do one of my old bands. We used to do we did Pillars. You know that song? It's the first song on How It Feels to Be Something On.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That bass line. Speaking about simple clutch bass lines, that's one of my favorite bass lines ever. It's so easy, but like it just like fits perfectly. And then we used to do Killed by an Angel. You guys know that song?
No, I don't.
I think so.
That was the first song on the record, like that last big full length record they had, which the name escapes me or whatever. But The Rising Tide, or whatever, the one where it has an angel and the soldier on the cover, like the soldier holding the angel. It's the first song.
Yep,
and it was a pretty fucking hard rocker. I like my first bands, like my cover bands, or we used to play those fucking songs, dude. And I had to do the, in like falsetto, like, cause his voice is crazy, right? That fucking high shit. Welcome to the lonesome earth. It's like super high, and I'm like 13 doing Sunny Day Real Estate tunes, But yeah, I'm fucking that shit up. I didn't go to that show, and I'm pissed, but yeah, man, I saw them a bunch of times back in the day too, like probably 4 times or something. They played at Calvin College.
Really?
Before he was in Foo Fighters and all that shit too.
No, this would have been way after.
Yeah.
Way after.
Okay.
Nate Mendel was out of the band in like the 90s
Yeah.
I thought so.
He
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Didn't he come back for one of the later albums?
Yeah. He came back for like a tour for a while and shit.
Yeah,
I don't think
he did.
They did like a single, I think, maybe or something, but they didn't. He wasn't on like the record, but
so he's not playing with them right now at all.
No.
Okay.
He hasn't been in that band for a long time.
All right.
They've had a couple of different. It's just kind of rando bassists or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the singer, the guitarist, and the drummer.
Because the first time they got back together, it was when was it?
They keep.
It was like in
break
the
up
late
and get back together.
90s, wasn't it? When they got back together for the first time, because Nate was going to leave the Foo Fighters.
Yep, to go back to Sunny Day. Yep.
And then he called Dave back the next day and was like, "Sorry, man.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not gonna leave." And Dave was just
like,
hung over as fuck.
Man, I would really like to make a living.
Yeah. Well, Nate was like, I talked to some friends and like.
They're like, you're crazy, dude.
And he's like, I feel kind of weird about it. I'm like, yeah, because that was a dumb thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, as fucking artistically unbelievable as Sunny Day Real Estate is, I mean, bro, you're in the Foo Fighters, man. Like, even at that time, it's like, dude, like,
I love the Foos.
I mean, come on, dude. Come the fuck on. I saw you guys play recently opening for Imminent Sonic Destruction out there. We came to that show.
You did.
Oh, yeah.
And, you did.
Yeah, and you guys played that Foo Fighters track. Which song?
Pretender.
The Pretender, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which kind of like really kind of sums up your whole vibe.
I think I would. No,
I'm trying to shit on it.
Shit!
I'm trying to shit on you guys a little bit.
You're right.
I'm okay with that.
No. It was a great cover.
I gotta say, man, for Foo Fighters,
That was a good joke. By the way.
Thank you. I'm just trying to.
Took me
I'm
a
not
second.
serious, yeah.
first 2 albums was self-titled. I still think is their best album. But we've had this conversation before. I think that's even
Their best
better
album
than Color
is-
and the Shape.
The best album is Wasting Light.
Wasting Light,
It's
for
not
sure.
even close.
But like
Yep.
all the new Foo Fighters, I'm so indifferent on. And
Their last
I
three,
love it.
I would
Everlong?
say, yeah. I agree.
Everlong is
Wait
my
a minute.
favorite song of all time.
You guys gonna try to argue
agreed.
that
favorite song of all time.
Wasting Life is better than the
Wasting-
Color and the Shape? Or
Wasting
Yes.
Light, and yes.
Start to finish, absolutely.
Wasting Light is their best album by far, and
I will
one of
kindly
the
ask you to
greatest rock
leave.
albums.
If you're
ever.
going just for the hits, Yeah.
I'm not talking about the hits, but I mean the hits is it's the hits because this fucking record owns, man. Fucking love
You're
that
right.
shit.
Wasting Light does own.
Don't sleep on that first
that
album. I know
album.
everybody goes
No.
to Color and the Shape, but the first
Color
album
and
had
the Shape.
Oh, no, the
equal
first
amount of
album's
hits,
awesome.
bro. Equal amount of hits. And it was
Yeah.
great, man.
I love all of their
Color in
records.
the Shape. Yeah. I don't get
I am a huge Foo Fighters
Pap
fanboy.
smear.
They're my
Got some
favorite
pap
band by a
smear.
mile
talking about
and a
Pat
half.
Smear. Talking about Pat.
Yeah, why not? Being real generous with those sound bites today. Jesus Christ, that Larry David soundbite is 38 minutes long. It's so long.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Color and the Shape. Come on, that's the fucking
It's
one.
great.
Like,
Great.
Come
It's
on.
not
First
the-
album,
it-
baby. First album.
Yeah, Color and Shape's awesome, but Wasting Light's their best. It's not even close.
Yeah. All right.
It's not even close.
All right. I'll have to fucking
That is
compare
a
that to
staunch
Megadeth.
recommendation.
So
bro.
Wasting Light,
I will give that a
Wasting Light is their best. Number 2 is probably There's Nothing Left to Lose.
Yeah.
Third album.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say
right after
Number
Color and
3.
the Shape.
No, Color and Shape's not even on the list yet. Number 3.
Wow. bold
Number-
statement.
Number 3. No, those are the top 2. Those 2.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Nothing Left to Lose is fucking amazing. They recorded it in Dave's basement. They were just hanging out. It's good vibes. And
Yeah,
it just
man.
comes out
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
record.
Great record,
Fucking
man.
unreal.
Yeah, it's great
And then
record.
after that, I would probably say Color in the Shape.
All right.
Yeah.
all
I
right.
don't know, man.
And then after that,
You talking
I
shit,
Echo
bro.
Silence,
I gotta go
Patience.
through them all.
I'm going to have to
You
rethink
talking
Yeah,
my
shit,
Echo,
bro.
Silence, Patience,
Yeah.
and Grace probably after that,
It's
and
alright.
and then probably self-titled.
Nobody's talking about the fucking record that they fucking it's got like the fucking buffalo on the cover and shit.
Oh, that double
Oh,
disc,
In Your
dude.
Honor.
Yeah.
God,
In
I
Your
fucking
Honor.
love In Your Honor.
Do ya?
Shit, that's
That's
actually
their
might be
worst
about.
Where's
record,
the
dude.
Oh, you are so wrong.
Where's the extinct sound?
You are so wrong.
There we go.
All right, what's worse, dude? I don't know. That's like their worst record, dude. They were touring
The-
with
the-
Bon
I was
Jovi
second
at
that
the
motion.
The
time,
first
dude.
side rocks.
Come on, man.
The
Yeah.
first side rocks and it never fucking stops. The second side is probably the coolest shit they've ever done.
Because they got Nora Jones.
man.
They got
Yeah, it was the acoustic
Hey,
stuff was so fucking cool.
North
Razor,
Jones, dude.
Razor is one of
Come
their
on,
greatest songs ever. Oh, it's just Dave and a guitar, and it's
Alright.
fucking unreal.
I don't know, man.
Get high as fuck
They got
and go listen to In Your Honor on your system right now.
If
all
we
the way
learned
through.
one thing
And
tonight,
then-
it's that we got to be way more
and
high
then,
before
and then
we
next time we're on the
evaluate albums,
podcast, oh man, In Your Honor is fucking unreal, man.
Bro, have you heard this song, man? It's by these guys called the Foo Fighters, man. I've never heard anything like it.
Yeah, In Your Honor, In Your Honor is way up there. I love that. I love all their albums.
We went and saw, for real, fucking, it was John Kerry, I think, was trying to be
presidential
president.
candidate?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, was, and fucking Dave Grohl that's what a lot of that record's about. In Your Honor, it was about fucking
John Kerry on the kit was incredible, by the way. It was an unlikely pairing, but he knocked
for
it out
real,
of the
but I'm
park.
not joking. It was like a thing. They were like really political at the time, and they did this fucking thing. We went down to Muskegon, down by the lake shore down there, you know, and fucking they were doing the whole fucking thing, and the fucking Dave Grohl wasn't there, but I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but
I kind of like.
it was
go
that fucking record. I don't got nothing else to say
the song
about it, but-
"Best of You" was about that.
Yeah, it was all. There was this whole
About
the
his
whole
being on the
record
road with
was-
John Kerry. Yeah. and
Yes,
doing stuff,
yes.
Yeah.
That whole, I think the whole album, the album artwork is even like the buffalo and the American flags and the whole fucking deal on that record.
I don't think there's an American flag on it.
Yes,
Just the buffalo.
yeah, it's some fucking American bullshit on there, you know? It's a
buffalo, dude.
I do like me some buffalo.
the
I do
buffalo is the
like me some
symbol of
buffalo
America,
though. Nice
baby.
bison burgers.
Yes.
If you cook it right, it's juicy and lean. It's
super
awesome.
lean. Oh, it's delicious. Dude. Give me
Dave
that
Grohl's
bison
all about
burger
the
for the win,
buffalo
bro. Yeah, dude.
burger.
I love, dude, bison burger. I'll take that all day long.
I think we
went
just found the
down there-
name of this particular podcast, by the way.
All right.
Give me some kind of
I'm,
bison
I'm,
burger.
I know I'm off my rocker. I'm sorry I'm all over the fucking place, but it was
And
actually...
he hasn't even lit up yet.
I
That's
haven't
what-
even
I
looked at it. It was Jon Bon Jovi. Throwing it back.
That guy should be dead.
It was Jon Bon Jovi.
Fuck that guy.
He was down there preaching fucking John Kerry. All right. And me and my brother went down there and it was fucking like raining and shit. And we were down there and my dad is like friends with the guys in the fucking like the VVA, the Vietnam Veterans Association shit or whatever, right? And they had this fucking like they were like on stage with Jon Bon Jovi singing acoustic songs. And me and my brother go down there. We're trying to catch some fucking Bon Jovi. We're trying to get up through this huge crowd or whatever. And then here's my fucking dad up on stage, like right next to fucking Bon Jovi.
That's amazing. What year was this?
Well, it was when John Kerry was running for president. So
2004.
No, it was a bit earlier. It would have been earlier, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Wasn't it a 4?
No, 01
No,
maybe?
you don't.
But Bush was 2002,
Yeah,
right?
it would have been earlier, wouldn't it?
So John Kerry, Bush, and like 01,
I don't
02.
fucking remember
Yeah.
anymore.
You got a
Boss
lighter?
D was across the building looking like fucking Lee Harvey
Yeah,
Oswald
yeah.
up there waiting to take out Bon Jovi. It's gonna wait for it.
And
wait for it.
We were trying to wait for fucking Bon Jovi to come out and fucking sing some shit. And you know what we ended up doing? Because it was raining and it was miserable out there. Me and my brother just left and went to Chili's.
That's clearly a superior alternative to hearing Bon Jovi live, bro.
Absolutely.
Go to Chili's, get some fucking appetizers. Fuck yeah, man.
Meanwhile, my
I'm
fucking
taking fajita.
asshole dad has front row. He's on the stage. Like, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying about the Volta and shit, too. Like, my brother doesn't like Volta either. Like, he doesn't even, like, fuck with Volta or whatever. And I'm like, it's because he doesn't get high. And I'm like, you've never heard Volta. Like, you literally have never heard it.
Yep.
Some stuff like that, you just gotta be a little bit roasted. Don't have to be, but it's
That's
certainly
what I was
better
just
if
saying.
you
Is
are.
Yeah.
you've never, if you don't get high, you've never heard Pink Floyd. You've never actually heard it. It's fucking wild
Radiohead.
to think about, but like, it's kind
I
of true.
never
That type of stuff,
like,
yeah.
and I'm still not a big Pink Floyd guy, but the first time I was ever like, whoa, Pink Floyd. Remember the little green room at the first
Yeah.
house, dude, with the posters and shit,
frogs
and the
a
black
lot, man.
lights. Dude, we had this little room that we used to smoke out. We put trash bags and shit up in there to keep it all in, dude. First time, just sat in there one time by myself,
Yeah.
listening to Pink Floyd. I was like, whoa.
Same with Dave, dude. Like, people that hate on Dave, honestly, most of the time. And you said you're not a big Dave Matthews guy. Well, guess what? You're not a big weed guy.
Humphreys McGee.
Humphreys, yeah. I kind of hate on Humphreys. And I don't hate on him.
Actually,
They're not my biggest fucking
I went and
favorite
saw him
band,
at
but-
Frederick Meyer a couple weeks ago, and they played like 3 songs the whole time, and that kind of drove me nuts.
Yeah.
Catching a show at
too
Frederick
much.
Meyer had
Yeah.
to be pretty awesome.
It's hard to
That
get
was
those
great.
tickets, man. How do you get them tickets, dude?
My
That
buddy
shit's
bought them. My buddy Paul.
hard to get, dude. They got a lot of killer bands up in there, dude. There's been a lot of shows through the years that I've wanted to see.
I wanted to
They're,
see
like,
Boss
hard to get.
Gags. He came this
Yeah.
year.
But
Boss
that
Gags
Tears for
rules.
Fears played, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, fuck, dude. I want to see that with Karina Round sings in
Did
Tears
you
for Fears.
catch
Nora Jones came this year too.
Nora Jones? Yeah, there's
Did
a
you
lot.
catch BB King with us at Summer Cell that one time when Swanson's old man had those
No,
tickets?
I never saw BB.
Hey.
That sucks because I love BB
Hey.
King, dude. I saw Smokey Robinson with you guys at
Yeah?
a summer celebration, though.
Smokey
In the
threw
box,
down.
in the
Yep.
box seats.
Yep.
Saw ZZ Top there. ZZ Top, for those who don't know, is one of my favorite bands ever. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
Pour one out.
Are you
Is this
really?
sarcastic?
Dude, no. Oh, no.
Really?
ZZ Top, bro.
Really?
I'm the biggest top head, dude.
You know
I
what?
fucking love
I want to
ZZ
say
Top,
I'm not
bro.
a fan, but I have never given them a fair shake.
Oh,
I've
dude,
never either.
They're the best. They're
I've
the
only heard
best.
LaGrange, honestly.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
bro.
all
Every
you
every
need.
era, just the fucking dopest blues rock, hilarious. And talking about synthesizers, fucking talking about production, talking about
Beards.
funny song, talking about beards, bro.
Talking about beards in there merely
Talking
a
about
whisper, bro.
doing drugs,
Talking about
and crushing
bands.
ass, dude. Talking about fucking writing great. I love the Top, dude. I love ZZ
I just think of a
Top,
sharp
man.
dressed man, which I actually
Yeah.
like that song.
Great song.
It is
dude.
a really good
you
song.
fucking kidding me? It's a phenomenal song. That's what their best shit is, dude. All that shit.
It's just good fun tunes.
They-
It is fun.
Yeah.
Drummer at the
Speaking
wrong
of,
gig.
What?
Drummer at the wrong gig. Shut your fan.
Yeah.
they set the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest band. The longest beards. The longest band, like continuous band with the same lineup.
Really?
ever.
Really?
50 years. Or I think they actually went 52 years before Dusty Hill, RIP, just died. It's 2 years ago.
Rush couldn't
Wow.
have been
Door
far
there.
behind, right? I
No,
know
you
they had
open it,
that
open it.
different
Open
drummer
it?
at
Yeah.
first, but
So my idiot cat's trying to get in.
No. Okay.
Hey, Bubby. He'll just sit there and fucking
just lost the
Scratch.
P.
Your cat's name is Puppy?
No, his name is Oscar. This is
Oh, okay.
Oscar. he'll want to back out immediately. He's a fucking idiot cat.
It's like, I smell marijuana.
Yeah, we call him.
It's a drug sniffing cat.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah, he wants to be in. He don't want fucking anything to do with me until I'm in here trying to work. And then it's like,
That's how it
What's going on, Dad?
Yeah,
You're not paying attention to me. Why aren't you paying attention to me? Pay attention to me.
yeah. So we, but no, I said Bubby. His name is Bumby or Bubby or any various fucking bullshit ass fucking
Gumby.
yeah. So you guys got some knowledge bombs? You want to talk about some fucking knowledge bombs?
I saved some photo shots on my phone of stupid shit.
I did too.
But we'll see. Well, I'll let you guys go first and see how I fall into place.
All right, hold on a minute.
None of this stuff is stuff I actually know. I actually had to look it up and research it.
100%.
Okay. Just making sure.
1,000%, dude. Nobody knows any of this shit.
We're here to educate and inform in addition to entertain,
Okay.
my friend.
Did you know that female yellow lake perch, on average, actually in general, are larger than males?
Did not know that. But that
Wow.
sounds like a...
Wah, wah, wah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You didn't know that.
Did
You
not know
don't
that.
give a fuck that you didn't know it, but you know it now.
That's the entire... You've already grasped the concept of knowledge bomb in its totality. That's pretty incredible.
You got one? That's a good one, yeah.
And I got one. Spider silk is stronger than steel. Which admittedly, this knowledge bomb sounds like a little bit of bullshit considering I've never busted through steel with a feather duster. But this is what the internet tells me, so.
Knowledge bomb.
Listen, dinosaurs were around for so long that there were already dinosaur fossils while dinosaurs were still alive.
Wow.
Dang.
That actually blows my mind.
What we were originally going to do is this was supposed to be a drinking game, but we figured we were already too goddamn fucked up. So like it was the idea was if you presented a knowledge bomb that somebody else already knew, then you would have to drink, But yeah, I'm already fucking goddamn hammered at this one. So that's the fucking.
And with the sheer genius and brain power we bring to the table, we were going to be smashed hammered immediately after.
Roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sinning.
Whoa, what? Really?
I believe
In
that.
the 1880s, hosiery businessman LaMarcus Thompson hated that Americans were tempted by hedonistic places like saloons and brothels.
Oh,
So he set out to straighten up one of the most immoral places he could think of,
what a loser!
Coney Island.
For real.
Let me hit pause. The guy that was in charge of hosiery was not a big fan. But
No shit.
Hosiery.
that seems like some pot and kettle shit right there, does it not, gentlemen? Come on now.
All right, who's up? You got one? All right.
In Finnish mythology, the god Vanumayan, I don't know how to say it. Anyways, he created a magical kantali, like a little harp thingy, out of a jawbone of a pike. That's the myth.
Whoa. Bring
That's
that
the myth?
fish knowledge, baby. I love it. I love
fish
it.
knowledge.
Pike jaws are out of control, by the way. Don't get on the wrong the business end of a pike. It's going to be
So
a
if you
real
catch
bad
a pike,
day real
actually, this is
fast,
another
bro.
knowledge bomb. If you catch a pike, they're crazy. I've caught a million of them. Not a million, but a lot. Anyway,
3.
and
There's this one time 10 years
I
ago.
caught him enough, and
Oh, I swear she was as big as the ocean. I swear.
now it doesn't matter if it's like a huge one or if it's only like a little baby.
Yeah.
They fight like crazy and
Oh,
they
yeah,
flop
yeah.
everywhere. If you want to get to stop,
Kind of like your wife. Oh.
grab it, and this sounds inhumane, but push it size in. It'll just paralyze
Oh,
it.
yeah. That's how
Whoa,
you got
really?
it.
It paralyzes it, and you can just get your hook out and
Yeah,
throw it
just
in.
like grab by
it
the
and
eye
push
socket,
its eyes
yeah.
in, and it'll stop.
Also, like your wife. Oh. Hey.
Yeah,
Just hit her right in the eyes. I tell you, she stops flopping.
3 knowledge bombs.
All right. In keeping with that theme, Match.com founder Gary Kremen went through a tough breakup when his girlfriend left him for another guy she met on you guessed it,
Match.com.
Match.com.
For real?
I had heard
It
that
bit him
one.
in the ass.
Yep, I knew that one.
That is a bummer.
So drink up.
Knowledge bomb.
Can't win for losing, Gary Crevin.
All right, you ready for this one? Female dragonflies drop out of the sky and pretend to be dead to avoid unwanted male advancements. Much like what happens to Mach 3.
Her vagina was floppity.
Steady pulling that ass, bro. You know how I do it.
Crushing ass. Oh, shit.
Let me
All right.
hit that.
Yeah.
Let me
Yo, I ain't hit that yet.
Did you know that Fruit Loops are all the same flavor?
Yes.
Oh, I did know that.
did.
I did, but that's a good one. But yeah,
That's a
All
triple. That's a triple drink,
drink
right
up,
there, bro.
All
drink
right.
up, bro.
It's a 3 for
Fail. I had heard that before.
That was on the Reader's Digest article that I read today.
The magazine version, not even online.
still got
Yes,
a
from
subscription?
1989.
Straight up back in the toilet seat, old school Reader's Digest.
Fucking right.
Trying to think if I have another knowledge bomb. I don't think so.
If you don't, that's all right. We can
I'm gonna give you a minute to think. All right.
go.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yep.
The high five wasn't invented until 1977.
This is true.
During
I knew that.
What?
I knew that.
During a pro baseball game, then Dodger Dusty Baker, who's since gone on to become like one of the most famous baseball managers out there, hit his 30th home run of the season. As he rounded home and past his teammate, who was in the on-deck circle, Glenn Burke, his teammate, raised his hand in an excited greeting, just like, hey! Baker instinctively reached up and slapped it because it was, quote, it seemed like the right thing to do, and thus the high five was born. Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy how young it is.
Damn. I did not know that. That's
Dropping
a good one.
Dusty
That's a
Baker
good one,
knowledge
man.
for
That's a
days,
good one.
son.
Wow. All right, let me see what I got here. Bananas are berries, but strawberries are not.
Yeah, I knew
Whoa.
that.
Oh, you guys knew this shit?
I did not.
Well, no,
know
I only
that.
knew that because I was looking up knowledge bombs today, and that was one of them that came up.
Same one.
Wow, dude. That's a mind blower right there.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
I need to read more. I got to get out more.
You got another one?
Oh, I got knowledge bombs
all
for
right,
days.
Knowledge bombs
Oh,
for
wait,
days.
wait, I'm gonna
go.
interrupt.
Did you know that rock bass are in the same family as bluegills? I just got fishing facts. I just got fishing facts.
We are bereft of fishing knowledge here on this podcast, dude. It's welcome.
They are.
It's
They're in the same
appreciated.
family as bluegills and
Damn,
sunfish.
I'm gonna get dark.
And they make great eating.
All right.
Put
When
a
you
little
tie
bread-
a noose,
Put a little breading on that, fry it up. Oh,
Right.
the
get
rope
out of
is
town.
wrapped 12 times around because it's the same length as a person's head.
Whoa.
Whoa, man. You're freaking me out right now, bro.
Really brought things down.
Oh, man.
All right. I got another one here.
All right.
The elephant has a gestation period of a full 2 years.
Whoa.
Imagine being a husband elephant having to deal with a pregnant wife for 24
That would be
months straight. dude.
fucking terrible.
Just crushing
Oh my
PBR with his
God.
boys, smoking a heater. Just, oh, Jesus Christ. Just got me going out at all hours of the night.
Do you
Pickles
know
and ice
elephants
cream.
can't jump?
Oh.
That true?
The math checks out on that, but I did not know that specifically. Okay.
Elephants can't
Where did the
jump,
stereotype
huh?
come from where they're afraid of mice? Because that seems weird.
That's
You're
kinda
right.
the same thing, man. Yeah.
I think that's bullshit, though. Right?
Oh, it's total
Yeah.
bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And
they're
like, do they
definitely
even
afraid
like
of mice,
peanuts? I don't know.
I
dude. Do they
don't
like
know.
penis?
Side note,
I mean,
elephants can't
peanut.
jump.
I mean, at least the
do they
female
like
ones do.
working in the circus?
No, they don't. That's why. They don't.
Elephants can't jump the far less successful Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes flick of the late 90s. Unheralded sequel.
The white man.
That
can't
is one of my
jump,
favorite
jump.
movies of all time, by the way.
Really?
Fucking
I
love
don't
it.
know that I've ever
great.
really seen it. Really?
Really? White Men
Yeah.
Can't Jump is fucking
It is really good.
hilarious,
It is
dude. It's
really
great,
good.
dude.
Damn, can they
It is
really not
great.
jump? Shit.
No, we can't.
I thought we was
Yeah.
jumping.
I mean,
What the
look
fuck?
what happened to me when I tried to
Shit.
fucking jump.
Oh,
That's
I fucking broke my foot.
Tell them what happened. How you broke your fucking foot.
All right. So me and my younger
Idiot brother.
No, younger brother. We have this competition.
I love you,
going-
Brian.
We have this competition going on to see who is the worst basketball player in America because we're both probably the worst.
it's pretty bad.
like. I mean, there was like in double digits of air balls during both. I mean, so we're doing best out of 3 now. It's 1-1 now. I mean, to be fair, I played with a broken foot, so whatever. But
playing through the pain, baby.
Yeah,
I
man.
did. It was like halfway through the game, and I you roll your ankle, whatever. But I rolled it bad. My ankle didn't hurt, but the side of my foot did. I ended up breaking the bone on the side there. But
Walk it off.
I played through it.
Gotta tough it out, baby. Rub some dirt in it, get back out there, kid.
Because
Come
I
on,
had to
baby.
prove that I wasn't the worst, and I failed. But no, we still got 1 game left.
Are you coming back? You training? You gonna start training?
Oh, I'm gonna start training.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
You gonna be dunking?
No. But yeah, we play up to 3 because that's.
Hold on. You played a 3?
Yeah.
2-3.
Yes. We
Like 1, 2, 3. Not 11, not 21.
3.
You played a 3.
Yeah, because originally we're like, all right, we're gonna go
And
to
it took
10,
2.5 hours,
and then
dude.
nobody was fucking scoring. I'm like, all right, 5, all right, 3.
God.
Oh man.
You
gotta get
so
dude.
basically, just a standard shot's 1 point, and then a 3-pointer's 2. That's how we do it. But
Right. That's
no,
some
we
Willis
played a
Reed
3.
shit there, though. Going out back on the broken leg, dude. That's
Fuck yeah,
sacking up
dude.
right there. Fucking
Yeah, for
man
real,
up.
man.
well, I couldn't just quit.
Props.
I mean,
Mad
You're a
props.
gamer.
You're a
exactly.
gamer, bro.
Like, I mean,
Gotta
this
do
is
it.
this is
Fucking
what us
baller, dude.
this is what us dedicated athletes put
That's
up
what
with.
the
you
true
know?
ball
Right.
is. Yeah, dude.
You
just-
are fucking balling out of goddamn control over here, dude.
Exactly.
For the love of the game.
Love
baby.
of the
It's all for
game.
the love of the game.
But yeah, that's how I broke my foot.
Oh man.
So
Epic,
white men
bro.
cannot jump. That is what we were getting at.
Actually, knowledge from. I'm pretty sure on the scene where Wesley Snipes dunked and White Man Can't Jump, they set the rim to 5'9".
Oh, I
Or-
bet.
or- or
yeah,
8'9".
For
Yeah,
sure, dude.
that sounds about right.
Yeah, for him to be able to actually do it.
Yeah.
Do you
Gotta
know
do it.
they are redoing Blade?
Yeah.
With,
Oh, the
we were
vampire
talking
movie.
about that last week.
Yeah,
with,
new Blade.
Is Wesley in it?
No, but
Is he
they're
in jail?
redoing it. I hope so.
Idris
Yeah, yeah.
Elba, or not Idris
E-
Elba.
oh, yeah,
Idris
yeah.
Elba, or who is it?
No,
it was.
it ain't Driss, bro. Driss ain't doing it.
Oh,
no, it's some other dude.
The
man,
dude
but they're
from
doing-
The Wire?
No, maybe it's fuck.
We were just talking about this like a week ago.
Idris
Yeah, man.
Elba. He's
Sam Raimi's though is gonna be making the movie. It's gonna be redoing Blade. It's Sam Raimi's fucking directing it.
oh, that should be pretty
That's
good.
what I'm saying. That's what really matters.
That should
What
be pretty
What
good.
all
Yeah.
did Sam Raimi direct?
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Army
Yeah.
of Darkness,
Army-
Okay.
yep.
motherfucking Army of
Oh,
Darkness.
Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali is who's
Yeah,
starring
yeah,
in the new
yeah,
movie.
yeah. It's gonna be
Shit.
fucking dope as fuck.
All right,
All right.
who's up on these bombs?
All right,
here?
I got a bomb for you here. All right. Oxford University predates the Aztec Empire
I
by
knew that.
3.5 centuries, bitches.
I heard that
Yeah.
fact like 2 weeks ago.
I
Yep.
do
Yeah.
explain. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. The fucking Aztecs,
Oxford is-
man.
yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, basically, is what they're saying. Fucking Egypt.
Because Oxford's been around since like
Rome,
what
it's been around
10,
forever.
50 something.
Oxford
Christ.
So you're saying Oxford is just as old as
Oxford-
Older.
no, no.
It's 3 centuries older.
older. Oxford University dates back to the year like 1000.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
that's what they're saying here is that
Wow,
fucking
dude.
the Aztec Empire is 3 centuries
Because
behind.
Aztecs were like 1300s. Yeah.
Bro,
Suddenly, my
Yeah.
degree from Western seems a little bit less impressive after that knowledge bomb right there.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
So that is in fact a
I think that one. I think that one literally blew my mind more than any other.
nice. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Kudos Oxford. Big ups Oxford.
Fuck.
All right. It's illegal to chew gum in Singapore.
I knew that.
Oh yeah, that's the
What?
thing.
Yeah.
Dude, they fucking
Yeah.
cane your bitch ass.
Because
dude.
of littering.
Yeah.
People
dude.
just spit it on the
it's 'cause
fucking
of
street.
Littering?
So in
People
ni-
just spit it up. Go to fucking New York. There's gum. It's
All right.
under handrails and everything.
in
Shit, all right.
1992,
And Singapore was like,
yeah,
"Man, we're not fucking dealing with this."
Indeed.
Prime
Fair.
Minister
Fair
of
enough,
Singapore,
dude.
he was so annoyed with the cost of cleaning gum from the underside of public facilities, like scraping it off of park benches and shit. He made it illegal. There are exceptions for people with sugar-free gum if they they've got to get it prescribed by dentists or pharmacists.
Wow.
It's like a whole fucking thing. Yeah.
How hard is it to throw your fucking gum in the trash?
Yeah, I mean, can't we just do that?
Like who are these trash humans
Yeah.
that put it under things?
Why do we
Like,
got to be hanging people, dude? Can't we just have some receptacles out here,
But
bro?
you were talking about that kid. Michael Fay was that kid that got caned when it was.
You know, there was a time in American culture when you could get away with a good old-fashioned caning. Didn't it seem like there was a caning every other fucking week?
Well, that
you
was
know?
a huge. That was like that might have been the first big news story
Yeah,
that I
man.
remember as a kid. Dude. Like,
Yeah,
that was a
dude.
huge. It was
That
this
guy
whole,
got caned.
It was this whole dick measuring contest between
Yeah,
like, are we gonna
yeah.
let this American kid get his? It's like
Yeah.
letting somebody else spank your kid. you know?
yeah.
But he was a fucking degenerate. He like spray painted a bunch of statues and shit over there. It was
Right.
like a huge story, like real or like 91.
and they
probably.
caned
I don't
him, didn't
remember
they?
that.
They-
I
they-
I think
91,
he
I would
ended
have
up
been a
getting
baby.
caned. Yeah, dude.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Caning motherfuckers.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, let's see if I got another one here. In the Pompeii eruption, the extreme heat caused some victims' brain tissue to turn to glass.
Really?
Their
What the-
brains turned to glass. It was so hot.
How does it turn to glass? Because
Dude,
isn't glass made out of
so hot,
sand?
man.
Jesus.
Well, I guess
I
we're
don't know,
made.
man.
I guess
I don't
we're
know.
essentially made out
Silicon,
of
yeah,
minerals.
Right?
So
Yeah.
Yeah, superheated sand.
I don't know. It might not be exactly quote unquote glass, but it seemed like it fucking fried your brain and
Well,
brain matter.
the soul
Pompeii-
technically weighs what, 21 grams?
what's that?
Right?
That's the rumor, but
Yeah.
yeah. They've tested that later on though, dude, with people dying. Didn't happen.
Didn't pan
No.
out? No?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I know.
It was a good movie, though.
It is a good movie. It's
Yeah.
a good myth too. I like it.
Yeah,
Right? You
I
know,
do.
it's fun.
In fairness, if you were sticking around Pompeii long enough to fucking get blasted by that volcano, you had shit
That
for
is an
brains
interesting-
before the brains returned.
Pompeii,
Yeah, that's
Pompeii is
really
really,
interesting.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Like that whole fucking it
Yeah.
just destroyed. Like everyone got covered in lava or ash.
Yeah,
did,
and
I don't
it
remember
was
if it
only
was
like
a full-
3.5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was
the
real
thing
fast.
exploded and it was
Somebody
done.
did either. I think it was a documentary flick about it, but they were like excavating Pompeii, and everything was so well preserved, obviously, because it was like a
Right.
flash freeze scenario. Obviously,
Yeah,
the exact
yeah.
opposite. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, out of control, man. Everything was intact, like standing bodies and shit. Dude.
Yeah,
It was
well,
crazy.
yeah. There's the lovers holding each other and shit. You guys know what Pompeii kind of was? Apparently, was like they liken it to like something like the Hamptons to New York City. Now it was actually kind of like a rich
Super
person's
swanky, yeah.
retreat, kind of like swanky area.
What was the approximate
beautiful
year
because it was under
that happened? Was it
Ooh.
Oh,
AD, BC? What were we talking?
Fuck,
It
dude,
would've-
I don't know. I thought
it would have been BC.
You think
Yeah,
so?
I think it would have been
It was-
BC. for
wasn't it-
sure.
I was thinking it was actually not that long ago. It was only maybe like, well, I guess maybe. It's somewhere from 1,000 to 3,000 years ago. I'm confident in that.
It's not over a billion.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? This is the best thing I've ever heard. August 25th, 79.
79 AD. Yeah.
79. That's it.
Yeah. 79
It's like-
AD, so a couple thousand years ago.
One
man.
Nick after Christ was born.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No, Jesus was actually there. He was in the hot tub. bro.
79.
He was in a hot tub.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He hung out for a while after he rose from the dead.
They had the fucking pictures on the wall of like the bathhouses and just wherever all over the place of people fucking. It was just people fucking everywhere, and they reckon it to being like that. It was almost maybe perhaps like a menu. You could like go in. It's like, oh, you want your fucking asshole licked? You're ordering the
It was
number
like
one.
an
What a time
Elon
to be
Musk
alive.
organized
I'll take a
Amber
number one,
Heard
please.
sex party back then, dude.
You coming in if you order
Take
in the
the
number
quarter
8,
pounder.
bro.
Do you want the special sauce on that?
That's what was happening, man. I'm telling you. That's what they were doing up in Rome, dude. Shit was fucking for real.
Getting freaky with it.
You guys got any more knowledge bombs?
Not really. I mean,
I got one final knowledge
All right.
bomb here.
All right. What do you got?
Wasps attack when they are drunk. So they have one job. It's solely to supply their queen with nectar. When they've stored all they can, like basically like bell rings for the day. You
Hold
punch
on.
that time card. They go out and get fucked up off fermented fruit, bro. Just get
Oh,
blasted.
okay. Yeah. I know like deer and shit like get fucked up on fermented fruit too. When it falls from the tree, it sits on the ground and starts becoming, it ferments, right? And fucking like,
Yeah.
deer and ground critters and shit will get all fucked up on it, and they'll just be out there literally stumbling around. And
Also,
shit.
ironically enough, I would imagine white Anglo wasps also get very physical and attack when they're drunk.
Why are the wasps Irish all of a sudden?
That's why people can metabolize alcohol because of eating fermented fruits.
Oh, so it just evolves right
Early
in.
humans,
It just evolves right in, right?
That's where we got it from.
Baked in, man. Yeah,
'Cause,
people
you know,
eating this shit.
You're just eating fruit off the ground, and
Yeah.
it's got alcohol in it. You're gonna get wasted. So
Indeed. Getting that
Indeed.
good. Wow.
that's why we can metabolize alcohol.
Nice, dude.
And I'm fucking
Good
glad
timing.
I'm fucking glad we can.
Shout out to our ancestors.
Because
yeah, dude.
whiskey fucking rules.
Good looking out. Good looking out, right?
I got one more here for you too. All right, the oldest hotel in the world is the
Hold on, did you say Totel?
the oldest hotel.
Because it sounded like you said Totel.
It's a very possibly I did because I'm
All right.
very drunk.
All
right
right.
now.
Just,
The
all right,
oldest
continue.
hotel in the world is the Nishiyama Onsen Kyunkan in Japan.
Whoa.
And has been in business since 705 AD. Been in business since 705 AD. All owned by the same family
Whoa.
Are you
for 52 generations.
What
Wow.
Do you have
Knowledge
any more
bomb.
information? Because I
I
want.
do not, sir. That is the
I want to know more. Holy shit! You are such a tease.
There's definitely more. You could look it up. I clearly just copied and pasted the headline. It's a fucking sweet looking place, man. There was a picture attached.
Where's
and
it
shit.
at? Tokyo?
In Japan. It's no, man, outside of Japan. It's in the fucking mountains of Japan somewhere, dude.
All right.
Yeah. It's the Nishiyama Onsen Kyunkan.
52
Kyunkan.
generations.
Yeah, same family running the same hotel, dude.
That is
yeah.
insane.
And only
Yeah.
300 years or so
Yeah.
older than Oxford.
Imagine
bro.
not
That's still
going into
blowing
the
my
family
mind.
business.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you can't not do that in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's weird.
Dad, I
too.
really want to be an accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just sold out to the Super 8, though. You know?
We've been in business for,
Listen, listen, it
1,200 years.
It got taken over by an Indian dude. They clearly gonna manage that hotel better, yo. 52 generations, but we're bringing in an Indian guy to run this shit right.
Out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, all right. That has been
Knowledge bomb.
Nice.
yeah. I had a lot of fun making that fucking stupid song clip.
That was-
Knowledge bomb.
oh, you made that shit?
Yeah.
Nice.
I did that one on the. We were joking about it, and I was like, "Fuck, I can just make that right now." And I just fucking went and did it on the. I was actually in Muskegon. That's
So you
the time
doing
what they did.
knowledge bomb.
Yeah,
and
just
then
did the
went,
voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found let's like, look up a couple song clips,
Right,
mix some
right.
shit together, do the voice.
Huh.
I had the manly,
Oh, yeah,
some
yeah,
fucking, yeah, man. We got to record some shit on that thing. Have you used that microphone?
not personally, just from what I've heard from you.
Yeah. How's your dad doing, dude?
He's doing good.
All right. So the reason why I ask is I got to bring out a couple of mics. Let's
All right.
do a fucking mic shootout, man. He wants
All
to
right.
hear that. He's never used that manly either, right?
Nope.
I got a couple other pieces, dude. Let's fucking bring some shit out and
Let's do
fucking
it.
hear some shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So fucking what else you guys working on? You guys just put out your record. It's probably a year ago now. or
LP
something,
just
right?
came out.
I saw the vinyl came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have our official release show.
Oh, really?
Actually,
January
January
13th.
13th, Friday. It's a Friday night at the Pyramid Scheme.
Friday the
Who's
13th.
playing that with you?
Paradigm Shifter and ISD.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, ISD's coming out.
Yep.
Ooh,
So they're
that's gonna
coming
be
up back up from Detroit.
huge. Yeah.
That's gonna be a good night.
Hell yeah, man.
We're gonna rock and get.
Yeah, I will be there for
fucked
that
up.
one, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. How's the vinyl sounding?
Unreal.
Fantastic.
Does it
Yeah,
really?
dude.
Yeah.
Archer did a
Uh,
fantastic job.
I don't know vinyl. I'm not a vinyl guy.
Oh, you're
Like,
not?
no,
I have
I
gajillion
get it,
vinyls.
but yeah. My problem is it's not because I don't love vinyl. It's just because I get, in case you haven't noticed, I get collecty when I want to
Yeah.
get
Once
into
you
a thing.
start, you
I
can't
tend to
stop.
buying a lot of
It
it.
stings.
Yeah. So, what is it? So you think it's sounding warmer? You think it's sounding?
I mean,
what?
It's just you
just different.
appreciate the music more because it's a
You
whole
do.
process. You buy the vinyl. It's like back in the day, It's like if you're growing
You can
up in the 70s.
you can absorb one side of
Well,
the
the
time.
artwork, all that's part of it.
And, like,
absorbing all of it.
I mean, by all measures, digital's better. Like digital has a bigger dynamic range by a mile. It's not even close, but it just it's just different. It's just different. I like.
So
it
do you got like
lot.
a sick ass like vinyl setup?
Yeah, I
like,
got a
at
pretty
your
good
place?
setup.
Yeah.
I got Audio Technica LP 120. It's solid. It's all manual.
Mhm.
It runs great. I got
Speakers, obviously, and
speakers. I
everything,
got
so,
actually
like,
bought
killer
from your
speakers and
dad. I
shit.
got
Yeah,
a
that's
I got
right.
a couple of vintage Paradigms that sound fucking amazing.
Oh.
That's what I have. Some
Yeah.
paradigms too. Yep.
I
nice.
just need to get that sub.
Do you
and
got
I'll
a
be in
record
there.
player and shit?
I do, but I gotta upgrade that because I don't really know what's going on as far as how to take care of it and actually do it properly. So he knows more than I do. But
Just get the LP 120. It's awesome.
yeah.
It's direct drive. It's like perfect. It's perfect 33 1/3 or 44.
I only
whatever
have
you
one
set
to
it
be
to.
fucking scratching on.
when I'm
And it never.
I'm the player I have right now when I'm playing records is like
It changes
probably like
speeds
a quarter
randomly.
pitch below what it actually is. And I don't really know how to get it to where it should be.
Like mine
and-
is like perfect.
well, that's
like
supposed to be perfect. Yeah,
you can
perfect
you can
RPMs
set
and
the
whatever.
weight on it. You can set the
Yeah.
anti-skating. So it, like
my player is from
never
like
skips.
72 or
Never
74. Yeah.
I'm sure there's guys. I actually know a dude in Kalamazoo who does a lot of. He can do work on any kind of vintage gear or whatever. I'm sure you can fucking get that guy.
that
He's
too.
top tier. But I'm sure there's plenty of guys out there that can do.
Yeah.
You got to get it going. If you're gonna do it, dude, you got to have that shit tight.
I got a lot.
Bro.
I got a lot of good.
I mean, yeah,
records and
I play
stuff.
records every single day.
Yeah, nice.
I have never counted, but I have hundreds.
Sunday mornings.
Hundreds of
Yeah.
records.
Yeah, he does.
So
But between-
all genres, like all over the place. And shit.
I mean, I mostly listen to metal and rock, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
so do you?
okay.
Lot of
Is
black
it a lot
metal.
of like new?
A lot of black
You
metal.
buying a lot of like new records, like somebody's putting out a record you love. You
I buy a
the
lot of new
vinyl.
stuff, but I have a lot of vintage stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I got a bunch of old prog stuff. Like I have
Yeah.
a bunch of old Yes records, a bunch of old Moody Blues
Nice.
records.
Nice.
Moody Blues
Yeah.
are fucking the shit.
Yeah. So you're curating pretty hard, then, not just buying any fucking yard sale bullshit. You know,
mean,
like,
eh.
yeah.
I don't know about yard sale because you go to yard sale. It's
About
like-
8 years ago, I went on an eBay kick where it was like a Rush lot, and I bought like 20 Rush records, and then
Okay.
like a Yes
Yeah.
lot, and I bought like.
all
10,
right,
you
fair
know,
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like I'm
I like
making
to go
my
to-
collection.
I like
Like,
to go
I'm
to
not buying
record
this if I don't
stores,
like
yeah.
it.
We caught
Yeah.
Rush live one time back in the day.
You
That
guys
was a
seen
huge
Rush
fucking-
probably, right? Yeah, that was.
I've
I have
seen them
not.
twice.
I never saw Rush.
Nice.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I bet you're not a fan at all either.
My dad saw Rush back in like the 70s.
Oh, that's huge,
Dude, I remember at the concert he was telling me it was Rush, Blue Oyster Cult,
Oh,
and God, I can't remember the other band, but it was just a stacked bill, and I'm just like, dude, did you even know what you were seeing? He was like,
well, that's the thing. Well, it conflates, or not.
Yeah.
Conflates,
he saw
but
fucking
it,
Alice Cooper in St. John's,
yeah.
Michigan.
All right, I
like-
got a better one for you.
St. John's.
Dude,
Hey.
St. John's used to be like a city bands went to.
Really?
Yeah, they used to be a venue there. Oh yeah,
So they didn't go to Lansing then. They just
they went to
St.
Lansing
John's?
sometimes, but it was just different back then. Like these bands just played in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, they just did.
Yeah.
Dude, all right, listen to this one. All right. Back in the day, my mom went on a date with Alice Cooper.
No
Fuck
fucking
off.
way.
Maybe not totally. It's just kind
Is
of
Alice Cooper your dad?
I hope so, man. As much as I love my dad, goddamn, I hope so. No, it's just kind of like a jokey way of saying it. I think because he's from Detroit. You guys know Alice Cooper's
Yep.
from
Yeah,
Detroit.
yeah, yeah.
He used to come over in his previous bands before making Alice Cooper and whatever, and they would play like the roller rink in Hastings, where she's from. So I think it was more or less like they were coming over and playing, and like their friends groups were hanging out, whatever. You know,
Okay.
but like before, and then then he goes to LA and forms the band Alice Cooper, before even becoming the character Alice Cooper or whatever. But yeah, so it's just a hilarious way to
Used to
like
catch
we
him in
used to-
small
That's
spots
sweet.
like Milwaukee. Actually,
Indeed.
it's pronounced
Milwaukee. The Algonquin. Like, what is it?
He goes in that. Well, he actually does. He narrates
Yeah.
history stuff. He's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a real
he's-
history
yeah.
buff. Yeah,
He's the
legit.
man, dude.
But
He was
nevertheless, one of
just
the
here. Did
funniest
you guys
scenes
go? He was just here 3 nights
I
ago, like
didn't.
4 nights ago.
Where did
I-
he play at?
Fucking DeVos,
DeVos
I
place?
think. Yeah.
No shit.
And like I didn't go. And I'm pissed because like it was all of a sudden a bunch of people that I knew that I wouldn't have really taken for Alice Cooper fans were like, yeah, and I guess like maybe I don't know, but I heard the GR Symphony was coming out to fucking do some shit or something.
Man.
And, shit. And like, yeah, that's a big place.
That'd
and it
be
was fucking
that's a
like people were
3,000 seat place.
Wow.
they were like, dude, Alice Cooper was fucking huge. A couple guys, at least one person I work with was there. He was like, yeah, but he's an old school Alice Cooper fan. He's like, yeah, came out, did Be My Frankenstein, and fucking did the whole deal, dude. And yeah, and I heard that it's the busiest concert season like in history right now because
like,
of lockdown, nobody can tour
right now.
So anybody you want to see, and that's why I'm like, fuck, man, you went and saw the Tree.
Yep.
I just couldn't get there, but I made it to fucking Rammstein at least. It's hard, man. You got to pick your battles, dude. You know, like
everyone's in town at the same time.
Yeah, or
Jimmy World just played in Detroit last week.
Yeah, you're trying to get to Chicago, or you're trying to get to Detroit. Yep. Motherfuckers is playing everywhere all the time. It's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like I want to see all these bands, but fuck, it's brutal.
You're right. It is hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah.
And then they play on a weekday, and it's like,
I know.
And they gotta work.
Wednesday night in Detroit, dude. You're in for fucking.
Well, that's like
you got to take time off of work.
Yeah,
obviously, because you can't. Yeah, we're old.
Not gonna be worth the shit that next day one bit.
Going to that Porcupine Tree show, dude. It's like that was a tough one, man. Tuesday is a tough fucking night.
I took Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off.
So you took the whole week off. That's what I'm saying, dude. You're using your vacation on it. It's brutal, man. Like trying to catch the Tree on a Tuesday in Chicago.
They sold that place out though. It was fucking awesome.
Oh well, yeah.
How big was that place?
About 3,000.
Oh, awesome!
It looked dope, man. I've seen the place. I've never been in it though. I've been to a lot of.
It was beautiful
concerts, but yeah, it looked fucking sick, dude. Yeah. He posted Gavin Harrison posted a picture from like behind the kit, before the show.
Yeah, it's
just
like
seeing
gold everywhere.
Yeah, man. So what all did they play, man? Did they do fucking
a lot from In Absentia?
I heard they were doing fucking
the whole new album.
Yeah, the entire thing, right?
The entire thing, not
bold
the bonus
goddamn
tracks.
move. First of all, like that's a lot of material right there, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
the new album without the bonus tracks is only like 45 minutes, isn't it?
About 45. 50.
But it's a long, dense, dark 45 minutes of some crazy shit, man. Like coming back together and
Chimera's Wreck. Oh my god,
that song is
right?
so good.
That's hands down the best song on that record.
It's unreal.
Dude. The first time I heard that, again, the drumming, I'm just sitting there just going, oh, my fucking brain is melting. I'm going, this guy's just throwing it down right now, dude. That's where the Tree. That's where the Tree needs to be right now. And again, they've leaned away. Same way we were talking about with the Mars Volta in a way. It's like, they're older. They've leaned away from the heavy and the crazy, and it's more of a concise kind of thing. But like that Chimera's Wreck, dude, that's all the above. Like it can be atmospheric and still Porcupine Tree and still just let that fucking guy play the drums. Just let that guy play the drums, dude. I'm sorry. It stinks without Gavin Harrison. He's making all that shit be what it is in the fucking groove of the song. It's what otherwise it's the same part over and over. It's the drums that are changing. It's fucking Gavin Harrison just riffing over these time signatures, dude. Right?
Yeah. And like the whole album is like it's not in a standard time signature. The whole album. It's all odd. Yeah.
Oh, it's 4/4. I can't do 4/4.
Eventually it's 4/4, but it's like 96, 96.
Yeah, man. It is a great record, though. I really do love it. And it's got the song about the fucking the UFO shit, dude. Which I'm a huge fan of, the fucking Hunt for the Skinwalker, which I've gone off about at length on this podcast.
Which episode's that? I don't know if I listened to that one.
I don't know, bro.
Well, I'm gonna listen to it on the way home.
There's
all
never
I
a time.
All I know is that I
to
just started listening to this podcast. It's awesome.
You guys
never been much of a podcast.
There's at least one good episode.
It hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever fuck with any Pineapple Thief at all, dude?
Yes.
Pineapple
That's what I'm
Thief?
saying.
Steve Kitch masters our albums.
Yep, our last two
Oh, no
albums.
shit.
Steve, the keyboard player.
Very
master.
cool. Okay.
Oh, he plays keys in that, huh?
He plays keys.
Yeah,
in-
Pineapple Thief.
okay.
They're fucking
Right.
great.
Love it, man. Love
My
it.
Wilderness
Their last
album.
album, I was
Great.
kind of wishy-washy on, but then I
I
listened.
loved it.
I listened.
Loved it.
Yeah, but I listened to it like again, like I don't know, maybe like a few months ago, and I was like, yeah, this is actually pretty fucking great.
Oh yeah. You know when
it just took a
I was
minute.
called a Porcupine Tree.
Where like Disillusion was just
Well, yeah,
amazing immediately.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
PT.
Well, you know when they became great though? When Gavin Harris transformed.
Yep.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, well,
I am not.
You are not
That
wrong.
guy brings a whole other level.
Yep.
He
I
is
got
a
into him the
sensation.
album before.
Yeah,
he
it's great.
came
It's
in.
fine. I'm not,
He's
but
an
when I
ab-
said when they blew up,
He's an
come
absolute
on.
god.
Yeah.
and it was also just fucking like
They didn't start touring the U.S. until Gavin was in the band.
the hole that Porcupine Tree left that all of us prog nerds were looking to fill became filled by Pineapple Thief. The same goddamn band playing the same fucking music with the same drummer now. I'm just riffing. I know.
No,
it's
you're
different,
right.
Whatever.
You're not
But-
wrong.
And some ways it's better. Like some of the songcraft, that guy's incredible.
Bruce-
I love
Bruce
those
Sword
records, man.
Fucking-
I
yeah.
really like that
Dude,
Disillusion
Bruce
album a few
Sword's
years
I
back.
do too.
That was so
you
good.
catching his solo records? Is that what you just said?
No, the thing he did with Jonas from Catatonia.
Oh,
Fucking
Wisdom of Crowds
amazing.
or whatever, right?
Yeah, Wisdom of Crowds.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yep.
They still doing that?
Unbelievable.
I haven't heard that in a
No,
long
They
time.
only put
that's
out
a
one album.
one-off,
That
too.
one record?
They do
Okay.
need to do more. That would be dope. His last solo record.
Yeah,
dude.
that was great too.
Dude, I would just sit there. It was the winter, and I was building guitars
like 2017,
in my
right?
basement. Yeah,
Yep.
and there's no windows. It's frigid cold out, and I'm just down there fucking listening to that album over and over and over. And it's got this song on it called it's something about something about the cemetery or leave the flowers at the cemetery or some shit like that. And it's like the 8th song on there. And by that time, I was just always like, when you're like 8 songs into a record, and you're like everything's kicked in.
Yep.
But yeah, man, that guy's he's a beast, man. That band's fucking outstanding, dude. I love those guys.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. But it's because of Gavin Harrison. Like,
You're not,
fuck right off, dude. I
You're
know
not
I'm
wrong.
I'm right. Yeah, I know.
you're not wrong.
He's pretty phenomenal.
He is the fucking best. And I'm glad you guys got to see that show because he's like one of my favorite drummers ever. So. Is there anything else going on to you guys? Did you want to fucking talk about or promote or anything? You got what's the show? When are you playing the show?
January 13th, Friday night.
At the Scheme.
At the Scheme.
Huge.
Pyramid Scheme.
At the Scheme.
It's a what night? A Friday night?
Friday night?
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be dope, dude.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, man. I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and doing
Glad
this
to be
fucking,
here.
Yeah, good chat.
Yeah, this was awesome.
stupid ass show that we're doing.
I'll
Dude.
do this again.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
for real. I mean, just hit me up. You guys got a free. We're doing it every Friday, so hit me up. Let me know if I can you guys are bored or whatever.
Whenever you don't have a guest, give us a call.
Exactly.
Well, if you guys are
Tarantino's
We'll
been
fill
there
it.
for a while, but
We'll
we'll
fill
fucking
it.
bump it.
We couldn't get anyone interesting tonight, so Nick and Matt are back.
I mean,
All right.
that's the premise of our whole show so far, All right, man. Catch you guys later. Peace out, motherfuckers. Woo!
See you.
See ya.